Former Husker Matt Turman returns to Memorial Stadium, this time as the head coach of undefeated Omaha Skutt. His rushing tandem of Ryan Patera and Craig Carbolito have combined for over 2,000 yards. Jeff Gross brings his McCook Bison into their fourth straight state title game. Quarterback Tony Purvis has accounted for nearly 2,000 yards of total offense. The Class B state final is next. NET Sports, Nebraska's home for sports, is live from Memorial Stadium in Lincoln, Nebraska for the 2005 Nebraska State High School Football Championships. Tonight, in the Class B title game, it's the Omaha Skutt Catholic Skyhawks and the McCook Bison. Hi, everybody. Along with Adrian Fiala, I'm Kevin Kugler. It's the new versus the familiar here in the Class B championship. McCook's been here 4 straight times, but this one wasn't easy to get here.
Not easy at all. They were able to overcome early season injuries, Kevin, to get here for the 4th straight time. They won back-to-back titles in 02 and 03, narrowly missed last year. Now they've done it with power offense, a power offense led by 2 1,000-yard rushers, quarterback Tony Purvis and running back Craig Fritz, and they really run the ball very hard. They hit the holes extremely hard. And swarming defense, well, McCook has it. They're not very big, but they're very, very fast, and they're very, very stingy. They give up just 8 points a game, Kevin, this year, and man, do they swarm to the football. So Skutt tonight will have their hands full with that McCook defense.
Well, also working with us tonight, former Husker quarterback Scott Frost. And Scott, when you look at this Omaha Skutt team, you see a couple of guys in the backfield that can hurt you either time.
Absolutely. It's just like a true option offense. They spread the wealth, and they have 2,000-yard rushers of their own in Casey Carbolito and Ryan Patera. And Coach Matt Turman's here in just his 4th year at Omaha Skutt, so he's done a great job. And he really thought defense was going to be his strength this year, and they have been. The defense has carried the way, but they're going to have a great game to stop McCook's speedy option attack.
Well, we're looking forward to some great insights as Scott rats out his former teammate tonight many times, I'm sure, in the open. And to keep an eye on things down on the field is our own Larry Putney.
Well, thanks, Kevin. We're dealing with 2 teams with contrasting state playoff histories here tonight. First, you have McCook. They've won 50 of their last 51 games. As Adrian said, they won it all at 02, 03, narrowly missed last year, back for the 4th consecutive time. Then on the other side, you have Skutt. They've been in the state playoffs a total of 6 times. In fact, this is the first year they ever made it past the 2nd round, and of course, their first ever trip here to Memorial Stadium.
Well, we'll see if that experience, Larry, for McCook pays off dividends here tonight against Skutt Catholic. Should be a great one this evening. Should be a game in which we see a lot of similarities on the offensive side of the ball for both teams. A lot of options should be right. If you're an option fan, boy, settle in for the football game tonight.
Option football still alive and well in Memorial Stadium here tonight between these 2 teams. Big up front. Skutt averages 241 pounds per man up front of that offensive line, and it will be a banger. The only thing you think that probably McCook has a little bit of an advantage, Kevin, on defense with that speed. They have tremendous speed at every position on defense. So they swarm, as I said a moment ago, they swarm to it. They'll cause problems for Skutt that way.
Time to meet the players. Let's head over to our public address announcer, Dwight Weininger, to introduce you to the Skutt Catholic Skyhawks.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Nebraska School Activities Association, its member schools, and U.S. Bank, welcome to Memorial Stadium for the 2005 Class B State Championship game. Tonight's game features the Skutt Catholic High School Skyhawks versus the Bison of McCook High School. And now, let's meet tonight's starting lineups. First for the visiting team, the Skyhawks of Omaha Skutt Catholic High School. Number 1, Eric Brulette. Number 2, John Dooley. Number 10, Brandon Krause. Number 13, Jeffrey Weiss. Number 14, Joseph Elliott. Number 19, Stephen Marsacek. Number 22, Alex Anderson. Number 25, Robert Lakovic. Number 30, Casey Carbolito. Number 42, Ryan Patera. Number 51, Brandon Botel. Number 54, Andrew McNeil. Number 64, Corey Cable. Number 65, Kyle Miller. Number 68, Keegan Krause. Number 73, Waylon Latham. Number 75, Tim Banky. Number 82, Nick Zaw. Number 86, Matt Zack. The head coach for the Skyhawks is Matt Turman. And now, please welcome the rest of the Skutt Skyhawks onto the field.
Omaha Skutt Catholic 12-0 on the year, and Scott, your former teammate Matt Turman, I know you guys were talking before the game about some of the stuff they run, and it's going to look rather familiar to you in a lot of aspects, some of the same stuff you ran as quarterback at Nebraska.
Well, he said he uses a lot of what he learned at Nebraska out here in high school coaching. He uses particularly the belly trap and the belly option. We used to call it 32-38 trap and 32-38 option, and they use that and get the ball both to their quarterback and their fullback and their running back. So it's kind of a three-headed monster for Matt Turman's squad.
Well, and Matt Turman has done a terrific job with this Skutt program, building it into an undefeated team and into the state championship in just 4 seasons as the head coach at Skutt. And the Skyhawks will take on a very good, very experienced team when it comes to state championships in the McCook Bison. This is a team that knows what to do when they get to state championship time, and they are extremely adept in this state title game.
Adept, Kevin, and they know how to win. As Matt Turman said, McCook is a team that they don't know how to lose. They just know how to win, and they have won 50 of their last 51 games going back to the year 2002. So I guess they do know how to win.
Let's go back to our public address announcer, Dwight Waniger, to introduce you to the McCook Bison.
And now, for the home team, the Bison of McCook High School. Number 2, Josh Cherry. Number 5, Tony Purvis. Number 7, Joel Arterberg. Number 9, Micah Camlaw. Number 15, Ryan Bedore. Number 21, Garrett Rippon. Number 24, Nate Berry. Number 25, Brandon Kochwar. Number 26, Josh Mullen. Number 30, Mason Pohl. Number 34, Craig Fritz. Number 45, Sam Frazier. Number 50, Paul Farrell. Number 53, Eric Ramsey. Number 61, Lucas Kochwar. Number 65, Brock Hubert. Number 67, Logan Pauley. Number 68, J.D. Stone. Number 70, Tyler Tiza. Number 76, Sam Siggs. Number 80, John Bryant. Number 88, John Swanhorst. The head coach from McCook High School is Jeff Gross. And now, please welcome the rest of the McCook Bison onto the field.
McCook at 12-0 once again this season. And Aid, if you'd told me at the beginning of the year when they lost their top 2 backs to ACL injury that they'd be here, I'd have said that'd be an amazing turnaround. I have to say it's an amazing turnaround to see this team here. They lost 2 terrific all-state players right out of the gate. And here they are in the state championship and undefeated getting here.
They lost Brandon Lease and Jeff Klug, Kevin, and we saw both of those guys play considerably, and they're just terrific players, all-state players, at least a super state player. And really, I mean, as we talked about overcoming injuries, they were able to overcome that. The younger guys stepped up and filled their roles, and everybody playing together as a team. And Jeff Gross, their head coach, said that really is one of our strengths. We play really, really well together. Everybody respects each other and plays well together as a team. Very, you hear about that, we talk about it all the time, but man, they personify it.
The 2005 Nebraska State High School Football Championships are being carried live over the internet. So if you have friends or family who don't have access to NET, have them log on to netnebraska.org, click sports, and follow the prompts to State High School football. NET is Nebraska's home for sports. Well, in time for the coin flip out at midfield.
Well, as soon as I pull my mic away from him.
Our referee is Greg Moshman. Our umpire, Ken Marr. Linesman Charles Lewis, Todd Georges, the line judge, and David Bryant is the back judge, as both captains for both teams get a chance to set up, and we'll listen into the coin flip.
Bryant, Chuck Lewis. Guys, congratulations for being here. It's an honor to get to work this game, okay? As like I told you before, you're the captains. We're going to look to you for leadership. Red talk to red, white talk to white. If you have questions, you come to us, okay? We're here to make the game go smoother. You're visitors. I'm going to throw it up, let it drop. You're going to call it, right? Okay, go ahead and call it. You heard tails. Okay, here we go. It is a head. Okay, you won, you want to. You're going to defer, okay? Okay, white, you can kick, receive, defend the goal. Receive, okay? And defend this goal, okay? Put your backs here, you put your backs here.
So McCook won the toss. Skutt has elected to receive the ball to start the game. Guys, I was in the Skutt locker room just before the game, and Matt Turman said to him right before he came out of the locker room, he said, guys, you have no idea what it's like to walk off a field after the game and know that there's nobody better than you are. It's an unbelievable feeling. You'll get that chance in just a few hours.
Well, a terrific statement from Matt Turman, the head coach of Skutt. It's Skutt and McCook, the Class B state final. Should be a great one. It's next on NET Sports.
Nebraska is the only state served completely by publicly owned power. That means our success isn't determined by how well we serve stockholders, but by how well we serve fellow Nebraskans. It means Nebraskans working 24 hours a day to provide uninterrupted service and affordable electric rates to other Nebraskans. Always there when you need us. NPPD. Together with your local public power utility.
Ted Kuzer lives in Garland, Nebraska. He loves his wife, his dogs, and his time alone.
I wanted to do the kind of things that senior citizens do, wear baggy old pants and sweaters, and then suddenly I got famous.
Kuzer won the Pulitzer Prize for Poetry and became the 13th United States Poet Laureate.
Coming in December to NET1.
If you're not a member of Nebraska Public Television family, take time, watch it, think of our kids, think of the value that this resource has and the potential it has for our young people in Nebraska. Your investment will touch the lives of so many young people, and you personally will gain so much because our state's going to be so much better. invest in the future, NET and Nebraska.
For information on how to include NET in your estate plan, please call us toll-free at 800-634-6788.
Memorial Stadium in Lincoln, Nebraska, the site of the Class B State High School Football Championship between Omaha Skutt and McCook. Let's take a look at the road to the championship for these two teams. Omaha Skutt Catholic, as you can see and might have guessed, in Omaha. McCook out in McCook. And these two teams know the way to the championship. Omaha Skutt got here with wins over Elkhorn and a great win over Lincoln Pius X. McCook, valiant effort from Holdridge. They fell short against McCook in a great game between McCook and Beatrice. McCook the winner. And McCook and Skutt Catholic make it here to this championship. Really the first day we haven't seen a lot of wind in this championship. 43 degrees, cloudy skies, north-northwest wind at 10 miles per hour, 78% humidity. There's rain in the area, but it looks like on radar that the biggest chance for rain, the biggest threat might be moving away from the Lincoln area. So hopefully a dry night for football. And we see McCook getting ready to kick it off. Josh Cherry, you're going to enjoy watching him if you like kickers. He is one of the best around. Skutt ready to return. Nick Anderson joined back there by number 19, Steve Marsacek. And we are underway in the Class B State Championship, and Cherry drives it 1 yard deep into the end zone. It'll be a touchback out to the 20-yard line. And let's look at the offense for the 12-0 Omaha Skutt Catholic Skyhawks. Brandon Krause at quarterback, Ryan Patera at fullback, Casey Carbolito at running back. Nick Zom, Alex Anderson, and Steve Marsacek round out the backs and receivers. Offensive line, Tim Banky, Andrew McNeil, Waylon Latham, Kyle Miller, and Brandon Botel on the offensive line. First down and 10. Brandon Krause under center. Patero and Carbolito behind him, and Patera gets the call, and Patera not going to find a lot of running room, maybe a yard before Paul Farrell brings him down. Defensively for the McCook Bison, they allow just over 200 yards a game. Brandon Kochwar, Paul Farrell, Luke Kochwar, and Brock Hubert on that defensive line. The backs and linebackers, Garrett Rippon, Mason Pohl, Sam Frazier, Joel Arterburn, Tony Purvis, Ryan Bador, and Josh Cherry. Second down 9 for Skutt. 2 wide to the right, single wide out left. And the option. Krause, the quarterback, on the keep. And Krause with a good gain to the 28-yard line. 2 yards shy of the first down for Brandon Krause.
Scott, they opened up with that option play going the right side here. Look familiar to you?
It did. He looked like he actually read that, made a good read, pulled it out of the fullback's belly and took off with it. And Matt Turman told us this quarterback is elusive. He likes to really dance and create a hole for himself, and he did a good job of making a guy miss right there.
2 wide left, single wide right on 3rd down and 2 from the 28. Krause on the option again. He'll keep and should have the first down. Just powered his way forward across the 31-yard line. Tackle out there made by Sam Frazier, but it's a first down for Omaha Skutt. And earlier we talked with Matt Turman about his quarterback, Brandon Krause.
Brandon's had a great year for us. We kind of expected a lot of things from him in terms of being able to direct the team and throw the football. We knew coming into the season that we had a real good quarterback last year who could throw it all over the place, and that really wasn't his strength. But throughout the season, he's still been able to throw for over 1,000 yards and complete just under 60% of his passes. So, he's kind of the guy that makes us go, both the option-wise and through the air.
Nicely strung out on that toss to Carbolito. McCook played that very well defensively, and it's 2nd down and 10.
Kevin, Brock Hubert on the tackle over there. One thing that Skutt does is pursuit of the football. They have great speed. The other thing they're doing is they're matching up their secondary people with specific people on offense. So they'll flip their corners. Last time they flipped over their corners. This time they're straight away over on the other side.
2nd and 10. Krause to throw. Catch is made at the 35, and up ahead to the 38-yard line goes Joseph Elliott, the senior, his 10th catch of the year, and Elliott's about 3 yards shy of a first down.
Well, when you run option, a lot of times you get people open if you throw passes off the option, and this time they faked the same option they ran the other way. Wingback, actually an old wing set, and he comes out here in the flat, and McCook defenders were too busy looking for the option, and he found a nice seam there and brings up a 3rd down and 3.
Backs will line up in the eye. Patera the fullback, Carbolito the tailback. On 3rd down and 3, option again. Kraus on the keep, upended at the 40-yard line, ahead to the 41, and it's going to depend on the spot, but I believe he's going to have the 1st down.
Had to get it just past that hash, it looks like. They're going to measure, but it looks like the spot from here, it looks like they got the 1st down.
Pretty good effort by Kraus, guys, on that second surge forward. He was initially stopped what looked to be short, and then got a little bit of wiggle room and pushed his way forward for what I think is the 1st down. We'll see.
He knew exactly where he needed to get. Looks like he get about by the nose of the ball as they set it up. Here comes the pull, and it's more than the nose of the ball. It's almost by a full ball length.
So 1st down indeed. There are your officials: Greg Moshman, Ken Marr, Charles Lewis, Todd Yorges, and David Bryant. The officials tonight for this Class B state championship.
So far, a good pace set, Kevin, by the Skutt offense. Playing fast. Let's just call it that. Playing very fast.
1st down. Patera gets the carry, sheds 1 tackle, and gets ahead for positive yardage. Brock Hubert came right back in and was able to get a body on him, but Patera pretty slippery, snuck forward for a couple of yards. Let's go downstairs to Larry Putney.
Kevin, in the pregame, Matt Turman told his coaches, he said, there's one thing we want to do in this first possession. We want to flip the field. Let's just get a couple of 1st downs and flip the field immediately, make them go the distance. They're already starting to accomplish that.
Well, they have certainly flipped the field to this point. 2nd and 8 from the 43. And the give to Carbolito. Carbolito able to get the cutback working, and out near midfield. That'll leave him 2 yards shy of a 1st down. A good run again from Carbolito.
Really nice run by Carbolito. The sign of a good back is if you can make somebody miss in the hole. There's a couple of McCook tacklers there standing right in the hole, and he was able to make a guy miss right there. And instead of no gain, he got 6 or 7 yards on that carry.
And we talked about flipping the field. This drive started at the 20, and it's just a yard short of the 50.
They'll line up 3 wide receivers to the right of the line. Single setback. On 3rd down and short, the option run by Kraus, and Kraus again finds enough room to get the 1st down. We've seen on 3rd and short now 3 times on this drive, guys. Kraus has kept it on the option, and he's found just enough of a hole to get the 1st.
Both linebackers plugging right there, you see, and they take that dive man. It opens it all the way up for Kraus, and I was able to find a little bit of room. Look at all the red jerseys. Once he gets by, guys, we heard about swarming to the ball, and there you see a lot of red shirts swarming to the football. Watch that as the game progresses. You'll see a lot of pursuit going to the football.
1st down and 10 at the McCook 47-yard line. Kraus to Patera, and Patera to the 45-yard line. Tackle by Sam Frazier, whose brother Stuart Frazier came through this McCook program and is now the fullback at the University of Nebraska Omaha.
Frazier and Farrell getting quite a bit of work here in the early going for the McCook defense. Skutt a number of runs right up the middle, Scott, and you're going to work your middle people over pretty well. And those 2 people have been involved in a number of tackles so far.
Well, if you're going to run the option, you got to keep the defense honest, and the way you do that is making them take away that fullback. If you don't ever show the fullback as a threat, then people are just going to gang up on the outside, and Skutt does a good job under Coach Turman of using that fullback.
To throw, Kraus going deep down the near sideline looking for Lakovic, and he cannot pull it in at the 20-yard line. Robert Lakovic, the intended receiver, and Kraus and Lakovic just missed a connection.
Try to get that ball up there, throwing it out to let Lakovic run under it. Coverage by Ryan Bedore. A little problem with the exchange right there, but Kraus recovers. Watch this here. You're going to go right off the hands and just missed.
Pretty well thrown ball by Kraus. Put it in a good spot. 3rd down and 8 on the McCook 45-yard line. 6:57 left 1st quarter. Kraus on the play fake. Throwing on the run. Catch is made at the 30 to the 25, down the sideline and out of bounds. Alex Anderson at the 13-yard line of McCook. Huge play in the passing game as Kraus hooks up with Anderson, and they pick up 30-plus yards.
Well, Scott, that's one of my favorite plays. I love to see the quarterback with that play-action fake and looking for that crossing guy. Here it is again.
Yeah, and we used to run this all the time. I know just where Matt Turman got this one. This is the old counters trap or counter sweep bootleg. The quarterback came out here, and that backside tight end always gets lost coming across there because the linebacker's got to respect the counter. Great play.
And plus, it's very, very hard to pick somebody up that's coming in behind you, as we see the play develop here.
Carbolito picks up 3 on the short toss. Down to the 11-yard line. They'll call it 2 yards, guys. Down to 11, 2nd and 8.
Remember trying to cover that as a linebacker. Once you realize the play's not coming up inside with a run, you've got to immediately swing that arm back and try to get back into coverage. And I always used to look over that back shoulder trying to find that receiver. Very difficult to do a lot of times, because especially if you have a guy that can run well, extremely difficult to find him and then catch up to him. So the play is usually open.
2nd down and 8 from the McCook 11. Option pitch. Carbolito had traffic waiting for him that time. Well defended option that time, making the tackle. Joel Arterburn waiting for Kraus to pitch.
Well, that's the first time we've seen the quarterback pitch, and he did the right thing here. He pulls the ball out, and there's somebody standing right there in his face. That defensive back just didn't really respect the receiver. If they keep doing that, I know Matt Turman's going to notice that, and he's going to try to hit that receiver behind the defensive back, because he didn't run with the receiver at all. He just came up and played the pitch man.
The defensive end just closed down on him right away, and you want to try to do that, make that quarterback pitch it as much as you can.
3rd down and 7. Kraus to the air once more, down to the 5-yard line, looking for the first down marker, and down at the 4. That's going to be a yard short of the first down. Ryan Patera on the reception, his 4th catch of the year, and that's going to leave Skutt 1 yard short at the 4.
Brian Fittecaro is their field goal kicker, 3 for 5 on the year. See if they go for points or not here.
Well, decision time for Matt right away, and he's going to go for it. You know, the best short yardage and goal line play in the world is the option, because there's 3 things that defense has to stop. I wouldn't be surprised, unless he runs it right up the middle, I wouldn't be surprised to see an option here.
The power eye option. Kraus has the first down to the 2-yard line. So Scott Frost 1 for 1 in prognosticating. The option is called, and a 1st and goal for Omaha Skutt.
I used to fall asleep in the same meetings that Matt Turman was in, so I'm sure we think a little alike.
Well, you saw the power set there, and that fake to the fullback on the dive, and great read by Kraus to step around. You've got to commit down there on defense, and you only have 1 shot to make the play. That fullback has it. You have to take it.
Back of the power eye, 1st down and goal. Carbolito on the pitch, blockers out in front, and he's into the end zone for the touchdown. Carbolito scores, and what a drive out of the gate for Omaha Skutt Catholic.
And what a block by Eric Brulette and Kyle Millard. The support on the far side over there just decimated by a dual block by those 2 guys, and it let him just waltz right in the end zone.
Stephen Bohan, the normal kicker, has done a lot of kicking this year, but the extra point try will come from Brian Fittecaro. Fittecaro ready to line it up. Extra point try is up, and it is no good. Fittecaro misses the extra point, and it stays 6-0 Skutt as we watch the touchdown again.
Watch the block up top of the screen here. There's Miller and Brulette. That's what I'm talking about. That corner had no chance at all. Kyle Miller at 245 pounds. Here's a great shot right here. Goodbye, would-be tackler.
And poor Garrett Rippon had to come up and try to take those 2 guys on. He's going to be pretty sore at the end of the day if he has to keep taking on double blocks like that. So
look at that.
Good effort by him.
Look at that scoring drive, Scott. 17 plays, 80 yards, 7 minutes, and 38 seconds. Ball control offense can do a lot of wonderful things, and what it's done for Skutt has given him a 6-0 lead.
Well, that's exactly the start that Omaha Skutt wanted to get out to. Taking some time off the clock, keeping McCook's offense off the field, and getting out to a lead. Boy, that sets the stage for the rest of the game.
Exact same philosophy that Fred Petito has from Millard North.
Let's go downstairs to Larry Putney. Larry?
Well, Kevin, when Matt went for it there on 4th down, I couldn't help but think, flashback a couple of years ago when it was Wahoo Newman in this game and Tim Turman was coaching. Matt was on the sideline, and you remember what Matt said? He said, "My dad's just being too conservative. He's got to open it up a little bit." And sure enough, at least Matt's living by what he says.
Well, and it worked out well for his dad as well, as he won the state championship. Short kick by Fittecaro, taken at the 23-yard line by Tony Purvis. And Purvis takes it to the 33, where the McCook Bison will start first down and 10, trailing 6-0 with 4:17 to play in the first quarter of the Class B state championship. And let's take a look at your starters. For McCook, 12-0 on the year. Tony Purvis, Sam Frazier, Craig Fritz, Brandon Kochwar, John Swanhorst, and Micah Kamla, your backs and receivers. Offensive line, Sam Sis, Paul Farrell, Eric Ramsey, Lucas Kochwar, and Brock Hubert on the offensive line for the Bison. First down and 10 from the 33. Option play on the other side. Ryan Bedore trying to get to the corner, and Bedore not going to get there. Very good tackle by Steve Marsacek to slow down Ryan Bedore. Defensively for Omaha Skutt, defensive line, Corey Cable, Waylon Latham, Kyle Miller, and Tim Banky on that defensive line. The backs and linebackers for Omaha Skutt, at least to start, Joseph Elliott, Steve Marsacek, Eric Brulette, John Dooley, Robert Lakovic, Ryan Patera, and Alex Anderson. Second down 9 from the 34-yard line. Quick give up the middle to Craig Fritz, and Fritz across the 35, and that's about all. Another 1-yard gain, and it's third down and 8. McCook going into the strength now of the Skutt team. The strength of this Skutt team has been their defense most of the year.
It really has been, Kevin. You take a look at their numbers. They've allowed just 101 yards rushing, 84 passing, and just 11 points a game. So they have really played well on defense, and they defend the option well, as we saw in that first play.
They'll line up 3 to the left side of the line. Now motion coming to the right from Cherry. Third down, play fake, Purvis on the roll. Back the other way. Purvis trying to elude some tacklers. Purvis on the run with a blocker or two out in front. And Purvis stretches forward to the 37-yard line. All that work for a 2-yard gain, and McCook will be forced to punt it away.
Great defensive stand by Skutt. Boy, Purvis ran a long time right there for not much gain. He's going to be tired after this one, but man, did Skutt do a good job of taking away both these crossers on the boot that we had talked about earlier. And quarterback tried to go back and make a play on the other side, and they had an answer there too. So great defensive stop by Omaha Skutt.
Andrew McNeil, number 54, the guy that really started the process right away by containing the play.
High snap, Cherry will punt it away. Line drive, shorter punt taken at the 33-yard line and down to the 34. Flag is down as well. Alex Anderson, the man returning that punt, and flags are down at the 34-yard line. So we'll sort out the flag here as Greg Moshman, the referee, will come over and talk about it with his crew. But Skutt, long drive, 7 minutes plus in time of possession. Illegal block's going to force them back, but then their defense turns around, gets a 3 and out. And Matt Turman's Skyhawks feeling very comfortable right now.
That was a big statement, I'd say, by Skutt. Matt Turman there.
In last year's Class B championship game, McCook versus Lincoln Pius X produced one of the most memorable high school football games ever at Memorial Stadium. Let's flash back to 2004. With 1:28 to play. Purvis fumbles the snap, picks it up on a hop, throws, catch, Lease, 5, touchdown. Lease into the end zone with 1:22 to play. And McCook takes the first lead of the night. Pius does have the one timeout. Bison on the roll to the right. Lots of time to throw. Down the middle, Millar's got it. He's going to score. Touchdown, Pius. Michael Millard with 11 seconds remaining. And the streak may have come to an end. What an incredible football. In a 14-9 heartbreaker, McCook lost the Class B title to Pius X. The storybook ending gave the Thunderbolts their first state title since 1998. And as we mentioned earlier, still one of the best high school games that I've ever seen. It was just an outstanding ball game.
You got my vote on that too, Kevin. I don't know that I've ever seen a better game anywhere at high school, and maybe won't for a while. We'll see. But boy, what a great performance by both teams. Shame somebody had to lose that football game. Tremendous work by McCook and Jeff Gross and his bunch, and then Tim Aylward and Lincoln Pius.
I don't know how many people said to me this week leading up to these broadcasts on NET, gosh, I hope that Class B game's as good as last year's. Gosh, I'd love to see a game like that. That was remembered by a lot of people from last year. And we're hoping that this one will live up to the hype that you would expect to undefeated teams to put together here tonight, but so far Skutt in the driver's seat, leading 6-0 and controlling this game, at least in the onset. Long way to go, though. On 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. The give to Carbolito, and Carbolito right up the gut, and he picks up 6 to the 30-yard line.
Carbolito jumping in right behind Andrew McNeil, Waylon Latham, and Kyle Miller. And watch this pile move right here. Look at that surge. I think he got another 4 or 5 out of that right after he had made first contact.
His big fullback, Ryan Patera, right out in front, just plowing the road. 2nd down and 4 from the 30-yard line. 6-0, Skutt leading. Option, Kraus fumbles the football. Ball loose on the turf, and I believe Kraus had it roll right back up into his belly. That was fortunate.
Well, all the good things that option can offer you, and this is the one downside to it, is you really got to be careful to take care of the ball. Turnovers are easy when you're trying to decide whether to give or keep there, and then you have to pitch or keep. You know, you have to be real precise with that football. I think he was pretty lucky to get it back right there.
Good job by Paul Farrell, the defensive end down there, number 50. He's the guy that made the play that almost caused the turnover right there, but very alert play. Got his hands on the football, hands on the tackle. 3rd down.
3rd down and 6 from the 28. Kraus to throw, incomplete. Intended receiver, well, I'm not sure. It was either his tight end, Nick Zom, who got held up moving, or it was Alex Anderson, his wide receiver, who was coming across.
Looked like it was Nick Zom, actually, that he was trying to get the football to, but coverage was there. Joel Arterburn came up and gave Zom a nice little shove just as the ball arrived. No chance to catch it. Skutt will punt.
Good recovery by McCook's defense to force the 3 and out. And the punt from Lakovic, a short punt, bounces once and twice, takes a nice Skutt roll, and will roll dead near the 32-yard line. And that's where McCook's going to start. 1st down and 10, trailing 6-0. And earlier we chatted with Jeff Gross and got a little more information about his quarterback, Tony Purvis.
Purvis is just a special kid for us. You know, he's played in a lot of big games in his 3-year career and has made some tremendous plays, and a fabulous defensive back. And I think, you know, that's obviously where he's going to excel at the next level. But for us, he's Mr. Everything. He never had returned kicks before this year. When Lease went down, we forced him in the action back there. He'd played safety last year, out of need, but is back in his natural corner position. And offensively, you know, he's just a fast football player.
Team captain Tony Purvis with a couple of yards gained on that option.
Kevin, it's obvious to me the way Skutt is playing defense. They're very sound assignment-wise, and you've got to be when you're facing a team that runs the option play. Expand on that in a moment here.
2nd down and 8 for McCook. Toss play, Bador looking for the corner with a blocker out in front. Bador fumbles the football. It's recovered by Skutt. Had it ripped out of his hands. Waylon Latham comes up with it at the 43-yard line. It'll be 1st down, Skutt.
Well, this isn't what Jeff Gross wanted at all. He calls a little toss crack here. You see the receiver come in and crack the defensive end right there. He's just got to hold on to the ball. In a big game like this, turnovers are huge, and Steve Marcinchek came in and ripped that thing out and caused a huge turnover for the Skyhawks, and now they have 1st down inside McCook territory.
4 seconds remaining in this first quarter. A 6-0 lead for Skutt, and a chance to take advantage of the first big break of the ball game. On the option, Kraus, and a great tackle, knifing in Garrett Rippon to rip down Kraus for a 2-yard loss. And that's how the first quarter comes to a close in Lincoln. Through 1 in the Class B state championship, Skutt leads McCook 6-0.
Programming is made possible in part by the Nebraska Soybean Checkoff. Soy biodiesel is a soy-based, clean-burning, renewable fuel that can be blended with petroleum diesel to help reduce America's dependence on foreign oil. Soy biodiesel, making a difference for soybean farmers and you.
Programming is provided in part by Education Quest Foundation. For over 15 years, Education Quest has offered free college planning services. These services include scholarship searches, student loan information, college selection, and help with completing financial aid application. Education Quest is located in Kearney, Lincoln, and Omaha. Appointments are available at 800-666-3721.
NET sports coverage of the 2005 Nebraska State High School Football Championships are brought to you in part by the Nebraska Public Power District, always there when you need us. By Education Quest Foundation, improving access to college through scholarships, community grants, and college planning services. And by the Nebraska Soybean Board, promoting soy biodiesel fuel, clean burning, and renewable, making a difference for soybean farmers and you. Along with Adrian Fiala, Scott Frost, Larry Putney, I'm Kevin Kugler from Memorial Stadium in Lincoln. It's the Class B State High School Football Championship. We're at the start of the second quarter. Skutt leading 6-0 over McCook. Second down and 12 to start this quarter for Skutt. Two wide left, single wide out to the right side. Carbolito gets the carry up the middle, and Carbolito takes it to the 41-yard line. That's a 4-yard pickup, and it's going to leave Skutt facing a 3rd down and 8 from the McCook 41.
Once again, surging up in front, he made about 3 yards, 3 of the 4 yards. Let's call it 2.5 yards. So after contact, yards after the yak yards, we call them. But again, trying to surge up front.
Along with Adrian Fiala, Scott Frost, Larry Putney, I am Kevin Kugler, our NET sports production crew, sprinting to the finish line of this long weekend for our crew. Kraus on the roll to the right side. Pressure comes from behind, and Kraus goes down. Big sack of Kraus as Frazier combined in there with Brandon Kochwar to get the sack. And there you saw the speed of McCook that Jeff Gross talks about all the time, that speed catching Kraus from behind.
I tell you what, you did see some speed, because when he got out there on this rollout looking for kind of an out route out here, there wasn't just one Bison out to stop him there. There was a whole herd of Bison out there. 3 or 4 guys in on the tackle on the quarterback.
Brock Hubert, the first guy to get there, as Lakovic punts it away. Fair catch signaled for and made at about the 13-yard line by Garrett Rippon. And we'll see the McCook offense for the 2nd time today. So an opening drive for Skutt. They marched right down the field. Since that time, Skutt has gone 3 and out on its next 2 offensive possessions.
Skutt had the football, Kevin, for just over 9 minutes in that first quarter. McCook about 2.5 minutes, just dominating in terms of offense. And their defense, I tell you, as I was going to say about assignment football, Scott, you know what I'm talking about. If you're going to stay with the option defensively, you need to perform it's assignment defense. You cannot try to help somebody out. You got to do your job individually and perform your assignment.
Purvis on the run on the option, and a pretty good move by Tony Purvis, getting away from traffic in the backfield. Took it from the 13 to the 21-yard line.
Got a tackler in the backfield spinning off Purvis. The kind of thing that Matt Turman down on the sideline. There's Jeff Gross willing his team up the field. 2nd and short here, guys, but you've just got to, again, perform those individual assignments. 2nd
down and 2 from the 21. Fake the toss, the give up the middle to Craig Fritz. Fritz to the 30-yard line, and Fritz down at the 33. The tackle made by Steve Marsacek, but a 1st down from McCook and a big run from Craig Fritz. And earlier today, we chatted with Matt Turman, the head coach of Skutt, and asked him what he was worried about concerning the McCook Bison.
It's hard to say what they don't do well. I mean, when you look at their team, every facet of the game, offense, defense, special teams, they have it all covered. Coach Gross has done a great job, and the kids really bought into what they do. It's hard to fathom that they're 2 of their best players, maybe their 2 best players, aren't going to be playing tonight. It's scary to think of how good they would have been if they were still here. So, if I had to pick one thing, I'd say their speed, their whole team speed is probably the scariest part of their team.
John Swanhorst showing the ability to get open. 18-yard pickup on the pass play.
Well, they really pick on cover 3 here, and we're not seeing the receiver's route, but they had trips out here to the left, and the wide receiver, the widest guy, went up the field and took the corner in the cover 3 with him, and the next guy inside ran an out and up, and there was just nobody left in the zone.
Trips to the right side now. Purvis going over the middle, and it is almost intercepted. Great anticipation from Joseph Elliott as he jumped the route and nearly had the pick.
recognizing the play. There's a flag down on a play, a face mask penalty indicated by our referee. But Elliott recognizing, reading the quarterback's eyes and the throw. Just about comes up with his 3rd interception of the year, but we're going to have a penalty here.
And good job by Josh Cherry. Sometimes on offense, you got to play defense, and that's what he had to do right there. The Skutt defender was in position to make the play, and Cherry had to just play DB and come in and break it up.
Well, it's a 5-yard face mask against Skutt. We'll see if we can see it on the replay. And we can. Right there. Across the face mask of Tony Purvis. So 1st and 5 at the Skutt 44 for McCook, trailing 6-0 second quarter. Trips to the right of the line again, and they'll motion Fritz out of the backfield. Emptying it out, pressure will come. Purvis on the run. Purvis still on his feet, being helped along to the 43-yard line. He got a little bit of a shove from his guard, Paul Farrell, to kind of pick him up and push him forward for a couple.
That's what teammates are for, Kevin, to go ahead and shove you on up here. McNeil, let's call it Andrew McNeil, 54, right there. Just misses the tackle.
And then look at Farrell.
Yeah.
Push him, pull him, whatever it takes.
There's a rule on that, but we won't go into that, folks.
A little bit more would have been a fireman carry, and he'd just run down the field with him on his shoulders. Second down and 4 for McCook. They give up the middle to Fritz, and Fritz with a minimal gain down to the 41-yard line. Going to make it 3rd down and 2 now for McCook. Still finding, for the most part, the running up the middle to be pretty difficult against this Skutt D.
That time McNeil did not miss the tackle, closing down from the defensive end spot right to his right very quickly and making the tackle.
3rd down and 2, 8:37 to play first half. 6-0 the lead for Skutt. Trips to the right of the line again for McCook, and again they'll motion Fritz out of the backfield. Empty backfield means blitz comes. Purvis on the run, trying to get to the corner. He's got the first down the sideline, and Purvis down inside the 20 to the 19 of Skutt. They empty out that backfield, and it looks like an automatic blitz for Skutt, and Purvis took advantage of the man in the backfield and ran for a big gain.
Read it perfectly. He saw the blitz coming, Kevin, no question about it. Looking to throw and avoids the blitz, and now let's go. Let's go with it. Shows a good move right there to split the defenders. Something came flying. It was on the football. For a minute there, I thought it was a helmet. Somebody else's helmet was a football.
On the 19 first down, Purvis able to elude in the backfield. He's showing some terrific elusiveness, and he gets down to the 15-yard line. Got right around Eric Brulette, who was right there in the backfield, and had a chance to bring him down for a loss, but Purvis just slippery.
He's so fast and so quick, Scott. I mean, he really has excellent feet, excellent quickness, and he reminds me a lot of what we saw last night in terms of Jeff Tarpinian, that running the football, just relentless in his pace.
And both these quarterbacks so far have shown good elusiveness. Both defenses have been really disciplined and taken away all facets of the option, and most of the plays we've seen on the option have just been by guys making defenders miss.
There's the pitch on the option. Fritz dropped in the backfield. Nicely played by Skutt, tackle by Ryan Patera, and it'll be 3rd down and 8.
You want to force that quarterback to pitch as soon as you can, and that's what happens here. As you see Purvis on the pitch, and then that helps your pursuit people to the outside, your contained people. John Dooley from Skutt forced the pitch by Purvis, and then finished it up there by 42 Ryan Patera.
Now McCook certainly in field goal range. They've got one of the best kickers in the state on their side in Josh Cherry, but they're thinking more. 3rd and 8 from the 17-yard line. Purvis on the roll. He's in trouble. Floats it out. Catch is made, and a first down to the 8-yard line. Brandon Kochwar with a fingertip grab. Good work by Purvis to get away from the rush, and it's 1st and goal McCook.
He fakes a stretch out here to the left and then boots back to the right. And he is under pressure. I mean, just great job by the quarterback eluding pressure and still being able to get your eyes downfield and finding the receiver. And now McCook's in business.
That was Andrew McNeil that was coming under pressure from the outside, and Purvis able to just toss it right over his head.
1st down and goal for McCook. The give up the middle. Did the ball pop out? The ball did come out, and Skutt has it. Skutt able to recover the fumble on the play. Purvis never got it clean to Fritz. And Skutt with a huge turnover. They get it back at the 7-yard line, and McCook comes up empty.
Second turnover for McCook tonight. The exchange just didn't happen. See if we can pick it up here.
He
That
caught
ball
it on
high.
Frazier.
Yeah, the ball was up. He had it a little bit too high, I think, Scott, when he's going for
they
the
tried to
handoff.
run that fake pitch and handoff up the middle again, and he just didn't get the ball in the breadbasket into the pocket of the running back.
Kraus trying to find some running room, and McCook right there to stack him up at the line of scrimmage. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 10. Defense is up the middle, becoming very, very stingy here in this second quarter. A fast-moving Class B state championship. 6 minutes left in the first half, and it's 6-0. McCook trailing Omaha Skutt.
These nice folks from McCook drove all the way to Lincoln. They at least want to get their money's worth for this game. The clock seems like it's just racing downward.
The give to Patera, and again, McCook doing a tremendous job defending. Garrett Rippon right in there to help make the stop for McCook.
And also Lucas Cashwar, defensive end down there. Cashwar somehow comes up totally free. Nobody able to block him on the play, and he stops that play for no gain. That creates 3rd down there. Ball security the issue here.
3rd down and 10. The ball on the 7-yard line. Straight drop by Kraus. Wings it down the sideline, and incomplete. Tremendous coverage by Tony Purvis. He didn't give Alex Anderson a chance to even sniff that football.
You know, Scott, this looks like NFL coverage to me here. I mean, Purvis uses the body to just screen the receiver right out of the play. Watch this. You know a little bit about that too.
Well, once again, the receiver became the DB, but yeah, you know, Purvis is the quarterback. He's a smart kid, and it was 3rd and 10. You know, he's going to make him complete something in front of him and come up and tackle, and they tried to get behind him, and he's just way too fast.
But you'll see that kind of coverage in the NFL a lot. They use that body.
Oh, a short wobbly punt. Going to be a good start for McCook here, as that ball going to be down near the 32-yard line, and that's where McCook is going to start. 1st down and 10, trailing 6-0. It's time to test your Nebraska high school football knowledge with today's trivia question, sponsored by Nebraska Public Power District, always there when you need us. What 11-man team has won the most consecutive Nebraska state championships? Email your answer to sports@netnebraska.org. The first correct answer wins a cool athletic gray NET Sports t-shirt, size XL, which Scott Frost wears deer hunting, along with a black ceramic NET Sports beverage mug. Show us your high school football knowledge. Send an email to sports@netnebraska.org. The winner will be announced later on in the game. We promise it's not the same t-shirt that Scott Frost wears deer hunting. It will be a clean one.
Do they make those in camouflage and hunter orange?
I think they do, yeah. It's a good look. The newest thing is NET Sports Hunter Orange. Well, 6-0 ball game with 4:56 remaining in this first half between Omaha Skutt and McCook. And we talked with both of these coaches before the game, guys, and both of them said, well, we'll do a lot of the same stuff they do. Well, we'll do a lot of the same stuff they do, and we've seen that tonight. A lot of option football, a lot of ground game. McCook's thrown the ball a little bit more, and by a little bit more, I mean 2 times as opposed to none. And that's what we've seen so far in this ball game. It's been running the ball.
It has been football in the mirror, so to speak. The only thing that Skutt hasn't done is fumble it away, as McCook has done, Kevin, twice here. McCook really has a golden opportunity right here, starting up at the 32-yard line. Plenty of time to get something done.
1st down and 10 from the 32. Purvis to throw, sets up, looking down the far side. Cherry is out there, and it's intercepted. Intercepted and taken back to the 7-yard line. Steve Marsichek. They'll down it at the 8. And that's where Skutt will take over, taking it right back from McCook.
Ball underthrown here, Scott, and Marsichek, again, he using the body this time like Purvis did on the previous play, except he comes up with the ball this time.
Well, I'd like to see him as a DB turn the other way, but where he won this battle is early in the route. You know, if you're chasing the guy down, you don't have time to turn and find the ball and make a play, but he was back there with the receiver, and that enabled him to turn around and make the interception.
And I think if the ball's thrown a little bit further, it goes the other way, but the ball obviously underthrown.
Carbolito buried as he tries to take it up the middle. Lost about a half yard. It'll be 2nd down and 10. 4.5 to play first half. Skutt and McCook playing a good defensive battle here in the Class B championship. But turnovers plaguing McCook here in this ballgame.
Hey, Dewey, invert, wing left, invert.
We can hear Matt Turman in the background yelling wing left invert.
Wing left invert. So there's two receivers out to the left. There they are in kind of a bunch set. The West Coast offense calls that an east, so we'll see what they do out of it.
They'll run option. Kraus and a flag down as Kraus goes down at about the 13. Well, that's one thing I would guess you wouldn't see the West Coast offense do out of that set is run option with Kraus.
I don't think they better try that here with the personnel they have, but holding on Skutt, so this is going to move them back even deeper in their territory, and Coach Turman better think about flipping that field again.
Well, the hold is going to push Skutt into a deep hole. McCook discussing, do they want to accept the penalty? Jeff Gross on the sideline saying, yeah, move them back, and give them the chance to try to dig themselves out. The ball's going to be placed back at the 5-yard line. They need to get it out to the 18 for a first down, so it's 2nd and 13 for Skutt. Skutt leading with a 6-0 score. See a cool night. See the breath from all the players on the field. Temperatures in the 30s by this point in the evening, but not too bad. And it is dry, and it's been dry throughout the night. 2nd and 13 from the 5. The give to the fullback, and Patera is stood up, got away for the moment, and then brought back down. Frazier, the first guy to hit him, held him up long enough, guys, for his teammates to come in and close the door.
Well, McCook using the linebackers that time. A little deception right there. One backer, the right side backer, was looking like he was going to blitz. He backed off right at the last second. They must have some sort of call up front to change the blocking, because it brought number 45, Sam Frazier, up free on the play. He made the initial hit.
Robert Lakovic will go out wide to the left. They'll bunch the receivers up on the right side. 3rd down and 11. Kraus looking to throw. Pressure coming. Kraus in some trouble. Throws it over the middle. It is tipped and it's intercepted. The interception, one-handed grab by Josh Cherry at the 18-yard line, and McCook forces a big turnover, and Kraus rubbing his wrist. He got hit as he threw, and he may have banged his wrist a little bit.
Well, here's the replay. They tried to run the boot that was successful for him early, and he had nothing. And the quarterback of Kraus was just trying to get rid of the ball, I think, and he fired it out here. And man, what a great catch by Josh Cherry, reaching up one-handed, bringing him in. That's some kind of catch, Abe.
It really was very athletic for Josh Cherry. He can kick the ball very well. He can also catch it very well too, guys.
The kick and the pick. 1st down and 10 from the 18. Purvis on the option, trying to find some running room, and he will not find any. Nice tackle by Alex Anderson. May have picked up a yard, and that is all. It'll be 2nd and 9. Well, coming up at halftime of this Class B game, we'll have the chance to chat with Dr. Jim Teneper of the NSAA, and also the newest member of the NSAA, new marketing man, Bud Dahlstrom. We'll also have the Believers and Achievers presentation and your first half highlights and stats. Very busy coming up at halftime. 2nd down and 9 from the 17. Purvis to throw. Has a man out of the backfield. That's Bador, and Bador dropped right near the line of scrimmage. Anderson again, or sorry, not Anderson, rather Lakovic made the tackle.
Sorry to interrupt there, Kevin, but man, what a tackle by Lakovic. Is you're talking about a guy that can fly down there in Ryan Bador, and Lakovic just came up and nailed him just straight away. This play looked like it was going to go for good yardage and maybe get down the field and get in, but Lakovic takes care of that right there. That's just great stuff right there.
The give to Fritz, and Fritz not going to find a lot of running room down to the 14-yard line. So on 3rd and 8, just a 2-yard pickup by Fritz, and it'll be 4th down. Well, if you'd like to get yourself a DVD copy of tonight's championship or any of our state high school football or volleyball championships, you can log on to netnebraska.org and click on the sports link, or call 1-800-228-4630. It's a memory that will last for years to come. NET is Nebraska's home for sports. Timeout taken by McCook. They want to talk things over with 1:20 to play in this first half. Now Josh Cherry, the field goal kicker, 10 for 14 on the year. His long, a school record 52-yarder. and a guy that they've been sending to kicking camps all across the country, and went down to the Kansas State kicking camp. And Sean Snyder, who coaches down there with his dad, Bill Snyder, said afterwards that he thought that Cherry had the chance to be one of the top kicking prospects in the country next season in his senior year if he keeps working at it. So McCook, which had a great kicker and punter in Trent Lyons a couple of years ago, has another one here in Josh Cherry.
And Josh Cherry basically worked with Trent Lyons to develop his ability, Kevin, in McCook at home. And then you mentioned about the camp. The other thing about it, as far as his kicks go, that coaches really, really like is he gets the ball up high very quickly. And this day and age, you see a lot of kicks blocked. We've seen that happen at the collegiate level here in Nebraska this year. But guys don't seem to get it up as quickly as they used to. But this is one thing that Josh Cherry does, is he gets the ball up very high very quickly and takes that block out of the realm. Let's see if it happens here.
Well, this would be a 31-yard try. He's on the far side hash mark. Have to angle it in. And a whistle and a timeout going to be taken by Omaha Skutt. Make sure that they have the right personnel out there on the field.
Well, anytime a kicking team takes a timeout before the kick, you really got to be careful as the coach of the defense to warn your guys against a fake, because if you're just going to kick the field goal, you send them out there and kick it. And there was probably a decision being made here whether to go for it down 6 or not. With a kicker like that, though, I think you kick it. So Coach Terman's probably a little worried about a fake field goal right here.
He should be, because McCook likes to run the fake kicking game, no doubt about that. We've seen that before. But if I'm Jeff Gross, and I'm not, I think you want to get points on the board. Don't you guys agree? I think you just need to get something on the board here in this first half. Yeah. And with the ability of Cherry, I think he should be golden from this. Good snap, good hold. He should be golden from this distance. But let's see what they do. I think they probably did that, Scott, and then also they just want to check that defense to see what alignment they had set up in to maybe go for the fake or not. So we'll see what happens here.
Here they come back out to try the point. Cherry getting it all set up right where he wants it. Joel Arterburn, the holder.
Purvis is on this left wing down here.
And a whistle and a flag is down. And did Skutt line up in the neutral zone? If they did, that may change the strategy, because instead of 4th and 6, it's 4th and 1.
Well, Omaha Skutt's only got 10 men on the field, but I don't think there's any penalty in that.
It's offsides. And if you line up in the neutral zone in high school football, it's an immediate penalty.
You bet.
And they don't have to snap it or anything. You just line up and get set. If you're in the neutral zone, it's a penalty. Now it's 4th and 1. Let's see here if you can tell the offsides. Right there, it was right there.
Yeah,
Not only did he line up, he fell into it.
Anytime you would, in high school, anytime you would encroach on the neutral zone, the penalty is called right away.
And that does change the strategy, because here comes the offense. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 1 from the 9-yard line. 1:20 to play in the first half. Purvis under center, barking out his signals, and he's going to call a timeout.
Try to draw him off one more time.
Now, if you're Jeff Gross, though, I still think you've got a decision to make here, Scott. You've got to decide whether or not you want to go for it. And this is the decision that Jeff Gross makes. 4th and 1. What do you do?
Man, I still think you got to put points on the board. You know, this is a long game. There's a whole half to play. And if you're only down a field goal, a touchdown puts you ahead, a field goal ties you. But the decision is a lot tougher at 4th and 1 than it is at 4th and 6.
Well, this Sunday on NET1, Nature looks at the flood victims who were left behind in the aftermath of Hurricane Katrina, the tens of thousands of household pets. Nature traveled with animal rescue teams looking for animals in distress. Witness the heroic efforts to save Katrina's animal victims this Sunday night at 7 Central Time on NET1. And the moon peeking out here tonight.
Kevin, the other thing about going for it or not in terms of putting up points, Skutt has 6. If you put up 3, it makes it a 3-point game. It makes it a field goal game versus a full score down the road. So we'll see. It looks like they're going to go ahead and go for it, though.
Looks like the offense is out there. Well, Jeff Gross has never been the most conservative coach in the world.
Nope.
Certainly not in state title games. We've seen him do some crazy things. He's going to go for it on 4th and 1. And the give, Purvis on the keep, and he's got the first down. Good option and a good job of selling the fake by Tony Purvis. It's first down and goal.
Purvis sold it, and also the fullback sold it on the play. You'll see it again here. 2 players going to converge on the fullback, and that fullback is Frazier. And then he just yanks it and sneaks around to the right side. That's just great footwork, and again, good recognition by Tony Purvis.
First down and goal from the 6. Purvis just going to have to suffer the hit there, as that was well defended by Skutt. No room to run. Second and goal at the 6-yard line.
Scott, are you looking at throw now?
I don't think so. I don't think I'd do that. They've run the ball and gotten it all the way down here, and Coach Gross had enough confidence in his team to make a gutsy call that worked out for him on 4th down. So I think they just stick with what they do.
Second and goal. Clock running under 40 seconds left, first half. Purvis, toss play. Big hit in the backfield. What a job done by John Dooley. Knifing into the backfield to throw him down for a huge loss.
You know, he's made 80 tackles this year as John Dooley, and this is huge right here. I mean, just really huge. I don't know if any of his tackles are that big to the course of the season, but man, what a great tackle to make in the state championship final, and really gives a hole. Now we'll talk about perhaps throwing the football.
Well, McCook's got to hurry. There's only 6 seconds left. 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3 seconds, and they're going to use their final timeout. Well, now at this point, with 3 seconds left, 3rd and goal from the 11-yard line, you bring on your kicker at this point, don't you?
Should.
Get those points on the board if you can get them, and go down by 3 into the locker room.
I've been lobbying for that for the last 5 minutes. Get some points on the board.
Well, it's a good thing a coach can call a timeout right there. I know they changed that rule in college recently, but Coach Gross was on top of things and called that timeout with 3 seconds left. His offense was lined up like they were going to run a play, and I thought the half was going to expire there, but he got the ball on the left hash. Now it's a little tougher kick for Cherry, but like you said, he's one of the best in the business, so we expect him to boot this right through.
Well, here he comes, and all that work, all that agonizing over the 4th down call, and it ends up with Cherry coming out to kick what is essentially the same distance field goal. A couple yards closer is all. They'll mark it down at the 18-yard line, and it'll be a 28-yard try from the left hash. See if Cherry can bend it through. Arterburn, the holder. Good snap, and the kick by Cherry hits the upright and is no good. Hit that left upright, and halftime is here, and Skutt will run off the field with a 6-0 lead heading into the locker room.
Big play right there. We made this point last year in the state championship game. One of them, I remember that these college goalposts are a few feet, I think, narrower than the high school goalposts they're used to kicking through. So this game's played at Seacrest Field, and maybe that's good. But as it is, 6-0 Omaha Skutt as they go to the locker room.
Let's go downstairs to Larry Putney. He's standing by with the coach. Nope, Larry is still trying to track the coach down.
But you would think that as good as Josh Cherry is kicking the football that he would make it. I guess Larry's ready to go. Let's go down to Larry.
I hate to say it boils down to one word, but turnovers.
Yeah, oh yeah. Without turnovers, you know, we put some points on the board. You know, we've out-yarded them. They got a great defense, but they you know, we were a little anxious on that first drive. They scored on over-pursuing, gave them some first downs. They put together a nice drive, but we've dominated the game since then. We just haven't gotten in the end zone because of the turnovers. So, you know, it's 6-0. We're right in this. We get the ball first. We fix the turnover bug, something we haven't done all year, and we'll be perfect shape second half.
Thanks, Jeff.
Thank you.
Jeff Gross and the McCook Bison go into the locker room trailing 6-0 to the Skutt Catholic Skyhawks. We're at halftime in Lincoln, the Class B state championship game. Halftime festivities in a moment.
Power utility.
Fresh Air with Terry Gross. Conversations with those who matter. Insights from the world of politics. Journeys through the world of entertainment. Asking tough questions to those in the know. Fresh Air with Terry Gross. Listen weeknights at 7 Central Time on NET Radio, Nebraska's NPR station.
On Nova, anatomy of Hurricane Katrina.
Water never stopped coming in. I started to panic.
The story starts long before the storm, and it isn't over yet.
I don't think New Orleans will ever be the same.
The predictions.
It's serious. I told him, Walter, you better get ready.
The lessons.
These walls were under-designed, under-engineered.
The storm that drowned a city. A Nova special investigation.
Tuesday night at 7 Central Time on NET1.
Just in time for the holidays, it's a Car Talk Christmas Carol on NET Radio. Don't miss 3 hours of Car Talk fun, along with some great gift-giving ideas during a holiday membership special, Saturday, December 3rd from 9 to noon Central on NET Radio, Nebraska's NPR station.
NET sports coverage of the 2005 Nebraska State High School Football Championships are brought to you in part by the Nebraska Public Power District, always there when you need us. By Education Quest Foundation, improving access to college through scholarships, community grants, and college planning services. And by the Nebraska Soybean Board, promoting soy biodiesel fuel, clean burning and renewable, making a difference for soybean farmers and you. 6-0 Omaha Skutt Catholic leads McCook here at halftime at Memorial Stadium in Lincoln. Along with Adrian Fiala, Scott Frost, Larry Putney, I'm Kevin Kugler back at Memorial Stadium and joined by a couple of special guests here tonight. Dr. Jim Tenneper, the executive director of the NSAA, and a brand new face of the NSAA, Bud Dahlstrom, and we'll chat with Bud also in just a moment. But Dr. Tenneper, this is always a great time of year. Fall sports starting to wrap up, but it seems like it's been maybe the best fall ever in high school sports around here. What a great fall we've had.
It's been a great fall. Mother Nature's really smiled on us. We've had a couple of instances with some rain, but the snow has stayed away and the temperatures have been remarkably good.
Well, you have got a new face here in the NSAA, Bud Dahlstrom. Tell us a little bit about Bud and his new duties.
Well, our board took a look at where we were at as far as an organization, and there were some concerns about us being able to promote our activities in the way that we should be able to promote those with the limited amount of funds or the finite amount of funds that we had available to us. And so the board made the determination that we should do something in the terms of marketing to try to bring in some corporate help if possible to at least help with payment for those activities that we consider non-revenue producing activities. And so we went through the process, had a lot of applicants, and Bud surfaced as that person that we were going to bring on. And so he's going to handle marketing duties, and he's going to have some activities duties as well. And I think Bud can probably tell you some of the things that we're going to try to do from a marketing perspective.
Well, let's find out. Bud, first off, welcome to the NSAA. I know you've been there just a few weeks, and it's great to have you as part of the NSAA. Let's talk about your vision then for marketing with the NSAA. How do we go about that? What do you market in the NSAA?
Well, I'll tell you, we have so much diversity. One thing I found out, I've been here 6 weeks, and I came during a very exciting time of the year in the fall sports season where the second day I was at work, I was at the state girls golf tournament. So I've had 3 real good experiences so far with state championships, and the diversity of the NSAA with 19 athletic and 5 non-athletic humanities and arts-based programs, I think really gives us a broad support level to attract the right kind of business and corporate support with companies that have compatible philosophies with us. There's no better venue for football anywhere in the state than Memorial Stadium, and tonight's football finals is a good example of the kind of exposure that we offer companies that are interested in promoting education and also a community involvement. And of course our premier sponsor who is very, very supportive, U.S. Bank, does a tremendous job in helping us get the extra resources that we need and make the kind of efforts that are necessary to support existing programs as well as develop new programs a possibility for us.
I have to imagine when you go out and approach companies and corporations with the vision of the NSAA and asking them for support, one of the great things you have to find in this state is almost everybody in this state who's been here for a while participated in events in high school or has a kid that's participating in events in high school. It's a great outreach for them.
That's exactly the truth, and you don't really have to talk very long before they'll take over the conversation and start to relate to you through the experiences they had in high school. I know personally, growing up in Nebraska, what I was able to experience in high school and the things I learned about my own talents and abilities helped establish for me a basis and a foundation to go on and do what I was interested in college. High school activities, I think, are attractive on a number of levels, but one thing for students, of course, as a supplemental part of their core education, it gives them more choice in what they're involved with. And once they decide those activities that they want to participate in, then it's up to them to show the commitment and the effort necessary to excel. And that is going to be something that carries through with them for their entire lives, and I think that's the kind of broad-based support that should attract companies and corporations to our cause.
What was it about the NSAA and the opportunity to market the organization that appealed to you?
Well, I think I have been involved in a technical type profession before. I spent 19 years working for the Federal Aviation Administration in the Air Traffic Division. So the technical aspect, I knew it wasn't going to be just a fun and games type position. There's a lot of details, the logistics that you have to attend to produce a championship event like this are significant. I had an advantage because, as I said, when I first came on with the NSAA, I was seeing the end result, but I knew that there were a lot of people involved and a lot of components necessary to put an event like that together. And so I think that is one thing that really attracted my attention, plus being able to participate with dedicated professionals, and the NSAA staff is great. They cover a lot of territory and really make a big impact, I think, for everyone in the state of Nebraska when it comes to activities.
Well, while we have Dr. Tenneper here, we want to spend a little time speaking of something great to market. How about the wrestling tournament moving to the Quest Center? There's a great opportunity for Bud to reach out there and get a lot of folks involved in that. What a great venue and what a great opportunity that's going to be for the NSAA and for the high school wrestlers in this state.
You're absolutely right. We're excited, but we're also a little bit apprehensive about switching venues. We've been at the Sports Center here in Lincoln for a number of years with state wrestling, but we get the opportunity to move to Omaha to a great new facility and to develop some new traditions along the way. One of the things that I might indicate is that there's been a lot of apprehension about the ticketing process for state wrestling, and those persons who are listening in tonight, we would set their mind at ease. We're going to do the ticketing process very much like we have in the past. December 1 is that big deadline. If people are interested in ordering tickets for state wrestling, they need to get their ticket orders in by December 1 to the Quest Center in Omaha, not to the NSAA, and then the tickets will be allocated very much like they have in the past. If people do not get their orders in by December 1, then there'll be a little bit delay, after which then they can order those tickets over Ticketmaster. So we're looking for good things for the state wrestling tournament in Omaha, and Omaha's working real hard to make that a great event. I have no doubt that it'll be a real memorable experience for participants and spectators alike.
Well, Dr. Tenneper, congratulations on another great season of fall activities with the NSAA. I know winter and spring are going to be great as well. Bud, congratulations on the job. Look forward to seeing you down the road.
Thanks. Appreciate it, Kevin.
Thanks for joining us here at halftime. We are at halftime of the Class B State Championship. Omaha Skutt leads McCook 6-0. The Believers and Achievers, they're next.
Programming is made possible in part by the Nebraska Soybean Checkoff. Soy biodiesel is a soy-based, clean-burning, renewable fuel that can be blended with petroleum diesel to help reduce America's dependence on foreign oil. Soy biodiesel, making a difference for soybean farmers and you.
Programming is provided in part by Education Quest Foundation. For over 15 years, Education Quest has offered free college planning services. These services include scholarship searches, student loan information, college selection, and help with completing financial aid application. Education Quest is located in Kearney, Lincoln, and Omaha. Appointments are available at 800-666-3721.
Just in time for the holidays, it's a Car Talk Christmas Carol on NET Radio. Don't miss 3 hours of Car Talk fun, along with some great gift-giving ideas during a holiday membership special, Saturday, December 3rd from 9 to noon Central on NET Radio, Nebraska's NPR station.
Hi, I'm Kevin Kugler, along with my partner Adrian Fiala, inviting you to join us after the Colorado game for another live edition of NET's Big Red Wrap-Up.
Kevin, we'll recap the Huskers' last Big 12 game of the year against the Buffaloes, and rival Sean Callahan will join us with all the latest recruiting news.
And be sure to vote in our sideline survey. What bowl game would you like to see the Huskers attend? Check us out at netnebraska.org/Big Red. Join us Tuesday, November 29th for the next Big Red Wrap-Up right here on NET, Nebraska's home for sports. Omaha Skutt Catholic at halftime leading McCook 6-0. We're in the Class B state championship here at Memorial Stadium in Lincoln, Nebraska. And let's go to our public address announcer Dwight Weiniger. He has a special presentation.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a very special halftime presentation this evening. Believers and Achievers is a statewide program designed by U.S. Bank and the NSAA to give recognition to Nebraska's future leaders. We have 6 Nebraska high school seniors who have demonstrated academic excellence and a commitment to good citizenship. For their involvement in school and community service projects, U.S. Bank and the NSAA would like to honor the Believers and Achievers who are with us tonight. Presenting the Believer and Achiever Awards are U.S. Bank Representative Steve Hatz and NSAA Board of Control member Dr. Brian Maher. Tonight's honorees are Anthony Bates of Wilbur-Claytonia High School. Anthony carries a 4.0 grade point average while participating in cross country, wrestling, track and field, play production, and music. He has been named Academic All-State in 3 sports and placed 6th at 119 pounds during the 2004 Class C State Wrestling Championships and 5th at 119 pounds during the 2005 State Wrestling Tournament. Anthony has also earned Outstanding Actor recognition at the District Play Production Contest, as well as superior ratings in jazz band at the NSAA District Music Contest. Ladies and gentlemen, Anthony Bates. Next is Kelsey Berlin of Columbus High School. Kelsey has a 4.0 grade point average while participating in volleyball, basketball, tennis, and music. She is the 2005 band color guard captain and a 3-year tennis participant. A member of the National Honor Society and Student Council, Kelsey is also a member of Columbus Youth Council and a Columbus Head Start volunteer. Ladies and gentlemen, Kelsey Berlin. Tara Beveridge of Paxton High School. Tara carries a 3.91 grade point average while participating in volleyball, basketball, speech, and play production. She has been a member of 3 state championship volleyball teams and Paxton's 2003 Class D2 Girls State Basketball Championship team. Tara has earned superior ratings in band and chorus at the district music contests and is also involved in the National Honor Society, Future Problem Solvers, Future Business Leaders of America, and Student Council. Ladies and gentlemen, Tara Beveridge. John Blaka of Gothenburg High School. John is a 4.0 student who participates in football and basketball. He has earned academic all-state honors in both football and basketball and was a member of 4 state football playoff qualifying teams, including Gothenburg's 2002 Class C1 state runner-up squad. A member of the National Honor Society and Student Council, John serves his school as a class officer and is an officer and leadership team member for the Future Farmers of America. Ladies and gentlemen, John Blaka. Next is Jeffrey Maholka of Shelby High School. Jeffrey carries a 3.98 grade point average while participating in football, basketball, track and field, play production, speech, and music. He has earned superior ratings as a drummer at the district music contest and qualified for the 2005 Class D1 State Speech Championships in drama. Jeffrey was also a member of Shelby's 2004 Class D1 Boys State Basketball qualifying team, while also playing on 4 Class D1 State Football Playoff qualifying teams. Ladies and gentlemen, Jeffrey Mahoka. Our final recipient this evening is Emmylou O'Brien of Ord High School. Emmylou maintains a 3.95 grade point average while participating in volleyball, basketball, and track and field. She has been named Academic All-State in track and field and placed in the discus at the District Track and Field Championships. A member of the National Honor Society, Emmylou serves her school and community as the Youth Leadership Vice President, Senior Class Secretary, and the Secretary-Treasurer of the Student Council. Ladies and gentlemen, Emmylou O'Brien. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's give one more round of applause to the 2005-2006 Believers and Achievers, the future leaders of Nebraska.
And congratulations to the Believers and Achievers from all of us here at NET Sports. A terrific honor at halftime of the Class B State High School Football Championship. First half highlights next as Skutt leads McCook 6-0.
Fresh Air with Terry Gross. Conversations with those who matter. Insights from the world of politics. Journeys through the world of entertainment. Asking tough questions to those in the know. Fresh Air with Terry Gross. Listen weeknights at 7 Central Time on NET Radio, Nebraska's NPR station.
Most of the time I work for National Geographic, and working for them is the hardest job you can imagine. For me, this is the best job in the world and the worst, because if it's not killer, it's not going to make it in. And to have it be a killer shot, it has to be something nobody's ever shot before or haven't shot quite as well. You have to have it just sweet and sing all the time. Oh, I missed it. Oh man, that was it. That was my shot.
You cannot believe that you're looking at this film and that you get to experience this with a photographer, and it's very intimate.
Joel Sartori is truly somebody who cares. This wasn't just work, it was passion, it was calling.
You know, the more time that the photographer invests, much more likelihood that he or she will be able to actually come up with those images that people will always remember.
Coming in December to NET1.
Halftime of the Class B State High School Football Championship. Skutt leading McCook 6-0, and Larry Putney's down on the field.
Well, Matt, the first drive obviously was key, but after that, you struggled moving the ball.
We did. We knew their defense was good, and we knew their speed was good, and they got off blocks well. And you know, I think maybe our size got them by surprise a little bit that first drive, and they responded well.
So what adjustments do you make?
Well, hopefully defense doesn't have to make a whole lot. They've been playing real well. Offensively, you know, we just got to try to establish the run. They've done a good job taking away our off-tackle option play. We're going to try to get the ball up the middle a little bit on them with those wide splits they have. But you know, I think you know, this is a game that's probably going to come down to more turnovers and field position.
Thanks, Matt.
All right, appreciate it.
Matt Turman, the head coach of Omaha Skutt. In this first half, his team leads 6-0 here at halftime as we get set to start the second half. Let's take a look at the highlights from the first half of action here this evening. And on the move, a little bit of throwing from Skutt, and a good catch made out there by Alex Anderson.
Rouse on the throw, and here's the toss. And the touchdown scored by Carbolito.
Purvis on the roll. A lot of running here for Purvis. And trying to find some running room. Very elusive, Tony Purvis. And again, Kraus with pressure being put on and dropped. That McCook defense, a big part of this first half.
Talked about the swarming defense. We've seen a lot of that. There's a pass completed to John Swanhorst.
And another good catch. This set up McCook in good shape. But the McCook Bison, despite the efforts of Tony Purvis and his elusiveness, were unable to score, thanks in large part to turnovers like this.
Good job by the Skutt secondary there to pick that football off. One of 3 turnovers by McCook. And excellent defense there, as we talked about when it happened. Alex Anderson coming through and making a play. And there was a field goal attempt by Josh Cherry. It hits the upright.
There are the numbers in that first half, and Scott, not a lot to say there. It's been a pretty even game. You can see it on the scoreboard, but 3 turnovers for McCook, and that's what's cost him the chance to score.
Well, that's the key stat, and Skutt had the 1 turnover too that gave McCook great field position. McCook just had, fumbled at the wrong time and turned the ball over at the wrong time, and they need to kind of cut that out, like Coach Gross said, going in before half, and this is going to be a dandy of a football game.
Those turnovers did not lead to points for Skutt, but they'd killed drives, and that's equally important there. But Skutt able to come out, as Matt Turman, their head coach, said, come out early and surprise them and get that first touchdown. But McCook 3 turnovers in the first half. Skutt had 1, so an advantage Skutt. See what happens here now in the second half. I'm very impressed with the way Omaha Skutt plays defense, guys. They really get to the football too, and they've done a good job to limit McCook as far as rushing goes. McCook rushed for 314 on average this year, and tonight so far they have 63 yards.
And the adjustments made by McCook defensively, Aid, after that first touchdown drive by Skutt, they came back out there, and Skutt has really not moved the ball much since that drive.
Yeah, it's been really a very interesting and strong chess match out there. Each coach and staff and team players making the move here and the move there, Kevin. So, well, here we go. Another 24 minutes, and we'll have a Class B champion here.
Looking forward to it. Should be a great 24 minutes of football. As Skutt ready to kick it off, McCook will start with the football first. Kickoff right down the middle, taken at the 16-yard line by Craig Fritz. Fritz trying to work to the outside, cuts it back at the 30, and just pushes forward near the 31-yard line. McCook will start first down and 10, trailing 6-0 here in this third quarter of play.
Anxious to see if McCook is going to maybe come up with a little misdirection of some sort. Scott really flowing to the football, pursuing to the football very, very well. See if they have any sort of misdirection in the repertoire to maybe take advantage of some of that.
First and 10 at the 32. Too wide to the left. See at the bottom of your screen, backs are in the eye. And right up the middle they go. And the fullback just lowering the shoulder and barreling forward near the 35-yard line. Craig Fritz picks up 3 yards. It'll be 2nd and 7.
Well, missed kicks are looming large too, fellas. The missed extra point by Skutt makes it so that McCook scores and gets an extra point. They got the lead, and of course McCook's missed field goal at the end of the half would put them within a field goal. So that's another storyline in this game.
2nd down 7 from the 35-yard line. Purvis to throw, flushed and now on the run. Pumping once, pumping twice, dancing along the sidelines. Did he step out? He did. Step out of bounds back at the 25-yard line. That's going to be a loss of nearly 10 yards, and it'll be 3rd down.
Excellent containment by the Skutt defense here, and coverage downfield. Well covered. Purvis nowhere to go, and now he's going to get way over to the right-hand side, and Greg Moshman, the referee, right there. You see him coming in the picture right there. It's pointing at the spot where Purvis stepped out of bounds.
3rd down and 16. Trips the 3 wide receivers to the left of the line. 1 setback. Purvis on the play fake. Pressure coming from the outside and up the middle. Purvis on the run, going backwards, trying to figure out how to get rid of the football, and down he goes again. Back near the 10-yard line. Kyle Miller was chasing all the way, and a huge loss once more back to the 10-yard line, and it's 4th and 32.
Well, these 2 plays aren't going to help Purvis's rushing stats any. He comes back and looks for a pass downfield again, and all his receivers are covered, and you just can't expect a line to protect him that long. Scrambles out to his left and can't find anybody, and takes a huge loss on the play.
Andy McNeil stopped it from going the other way and flushed him back to the right-hand direction, and then John Dooley came up and made the initial hit. So again, you talk about flowing to the football and swarming the ball. Skutt did that on that series.
So Cherry now has to get off a punt from his own end zone. It's a wobbler, bounces at the 37-yard line, and it's going to die right about there. So Skutt will start with great field position as they start their first drive of this third quarter. Well, don't forget to join us on Tuesday, November 29th for all the inside information on the Huskers after the Colorado game. On Big Red Wrap-Up, a complete review of the game with highlights, commentary, discussion, the latest recruiting news from Huskers Illustrated, Sean Callahan. Join Adrian Fiala and me for our next Big Red Wrap-Up Tuesday, November 29th, right here on NET, Nebraska's home for sports. 1st and 10, Skutt from the 36 of McCook. Kraus to throw on the run, gets it off. Alex Anderson with the catch to the 33-yard line, a gain of 3 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 6.5 for the first.
We saw this play in the first half, the fake dive, and then the inside receiver of the two out here to the right runs to the flat. Quarterback Kraus rolls out and puts one on the money. Not a huge gain, but a good play on 1st down.
Scott, I want to ask you a question about another route on that play after this one here.
2nd down 6, and the give to Ryan Patera, the fullback, takes it just across the 30-yard line. It's going to leave Skutt 3.5 yards shy of 1st down.
On the previous pass play, Robert Lakovic was going down the field. He was in that outside seam. He comes back and he tells you as a quarterback, hey, I'm open. How do you handle that? Or do they always come back and tell you that?
They always tell you that. Usually when a receiver tells you that, you need a second opinion. You go to the sideline. If the coach saw it too, then next time you look for it.
3rd down, a short 4 from the McCook 30. Big play for both teams, especially for that McCook defense here. Trailing already 6-0. 3rd down 4. Patera up the middle. Big hole. Flag is down, and Patera down at the 20-yard line. But the way that flag was thrown, the direction it was thrown, this looks like it might be a hold.
Scott players kind of shaking their head, looking up towards the sky, and there is the indication by Greg Moshman.
5th penalty tonight on Skutt. McCook yet to be penalized in this Class B title game. So instead of a 1st down at the 20, we'll repeat 3rd down, and they'll move the football back right to the 37-yard line. 37-yard line of McCook. They need the 26 for a first. It's 3rd and 11.
Well, penalties are drive killers, and offensive linemen just got to keep their hands in. They would have been in a great situation with a 1st down inside the 20, and as it is, they're faced with a difficult 3rd down play.
3rd down and 11. Kraus under center. Rolling to the right. They had 3 that side. Kraus flipping it out wide open and incomplete at the 10-yard line. Lakovic was all alone, and Kraus just missed him up high.
Lakovic must have went back and talked to the quarterback. Different route this time on the short route, but Lakovic running somewhat the similar route that he ran on that previous play we talked about. Is you're going to see Kraus just a little bit too tall.
We saw Matt Turman doing some coaching with his quarterback and says, if you got a guy that open, just throw it to him. Don't lead him. I think the receiver kind of stopped a little on the quarterback. Needs to just keep running his route and let the quarterback get in the ball, but just a difficult miss right there.
4th and 11 on the roll again. Kraus to throw, and it's tipped away, incomplete. Nice play by Mason Pohl, diving in front of the football to knock it away, and McCook's defense holds and get the ball back.
But we talked about the quickness and the speed of the McCook defense, and again, flowing to the football, watching, reading the quarterback, and Pohl got over there and took away a sure reception.
Well, congratulations. We've got a winner in our Nebraska High School football trivia question, sponsored by our friends at Nebraska Public Power District. What 11-man team has won the most consecutive Nebraska State Championships? Joel W. in Wahoo knew this answer was Omaha Creighton Prep. They won 5 straight championships, 1985 to 1989. The Nebraska State High School football trivia quiz was sponsored by Nebraska Public Power District, always there when you need us. And when you next see Joel W. in Wahoo, he'll be walking the streets of Wahoo in a beautiful athletic gray NET Sports t-shirt, carrying his black ceramic NET Sports mug, which Scott Frost's good friend Matt Davison stole on Tuesday night from the Big Red Wrap-Up program.
The thief.
Well, you've known him for many years, and you've known him to be a thief for that long, I'm sure. Let's go downstairs to Larry Putney.
Well, you notice the back of the socks of McCook. They've got number 44 and 3 on the back in honor of a couple of fallen heroes. These guys were in the starting lineup, injured early in the season. This is Jeff Klug. Must be difficult to sit and watch.
Yeah, it's difficult to sit and watch, but these guys have really come out and played for us all season and just been a real team sport, and they're doing pretty good. I mean, 12-0, can't get much better than that.
Talking about the speed that this team has, you guys 2 of the fastest guys on the team. You just imagine the talent on this team. Have you been in the lineup?
Yeah, there's a lot. Tony and Craig, they're really fast, and they'll get the job done.
Well, Coach was telling us before the game that they have 4 of the fastest guys in the state, and of course they were 4x100 champs last year. Hopefully you get back and healthy.
That's right.
Well, those 2 guys, I mean, McCook was 12-0, so it's hard to improve on perfection, but when you lose Lease and Klug, 2 terrific football players, imagine how good they'd be, and Matt Turman said it earlier, imagine how good they'd be with those guys in the lineup. 1st and 10 from the 37, up the middle. Craig Fritz gets the carry, and down to the 39-yard line, a 2-yard pickup, and again, the run in between the tackles. There's just not been a lot of room there tonight.
Yeah, that was an unbalanced line set. We saw some of that this afternoon in the first ball game, and McCook picks up on that, runs unbalanced over on the right side, picks up just a couple of yards on the play. Yeah, Jeff Gross and the whole community of McCook really has the whole athletic world developing, let's put it that way, in the McCook area. They really, really get after their sports there. It's great to see. Great for the youngsters and great for the parents, too.
2nd down, 7. Purvis to throw. Over the middle. Has a man open. Diving attempt, not good. Josh Cherry at the 35. Couldn't pull it in. And a pretty good throw, it looked like, from Tony Purvis, Scott.
Man, if he could have got that ball out there a little bit more. Great man coverage by Omaha Skutt. They had 3 deep receivers running from McCook. Purvis drops back and heaves one, and it's just a little short of Cherry. But hey, as a quarterback, you say if you get 2 hands on the ball, you better catch it.
Boy, that's a great shot by our people in the end zone with the camera. Coverage that time by Joseph Elliott, but he was about a step and a half behind, and the ball just bounces out.
3rd down and 7 from the 40. The reverse to Cherry, and Cherry is trapped in the backfield. He'll lose 1.5 yards on the play. Kyle Miller again getting penetration on that defensive line aid and throwing this whole play off from the get-go.
See it again here as they're trying to get speed to the corner with Josh Cherry, and he's got some speed, but again, there's Miller, and he gets a little help, I believe, from Alex Anderson. There's Anderson 22 to just kind of put the icing on the tackle right there, but very alert play, good flow to the ball, and sure tackling.
So Cherry will have to punt it away. And a fair catch called for and made by Anderson inside the 40-yard line. That's where Skutt will take over 1st down and 10. Well, if you'd like to get a DVD of this game or any of the state high school football or volleyball championships, log on to netnebraska.org. Just click on the sports link or call 1-800-228-4630. It's a memory that will last for years and years to come. NET is Nebraska's home for sports. 1st down and 10, the ball at the 38-yard line. Skutt leads in the Class B championship 6-0. Backs in the eye for quarterback Brandon Krause, and the give to the fullback Patera, and Patera with a big hole into McCook territory down to the 44-yard line. Mark him at the 43.
A little confusion on defense that time by McCook. They had some problems with alignment, and Scott's able to take charge of that. The backers were a little bit late in getting to their respective areas, and there comes Patera. Whoa.
I like this Patera guy. He's got a beard. He's missing teeth. He's got to wear a mouth guard just so he keeps the ones that he's got. He's got to be able to chew his food.
He reminds me a lot of Joel, the way Joel used to look coming through there, Joel McAvica.
Carbolito up the middle for a 5-yard pickup. 2nd down and 5 at the 38-yard line of McCook. Skutt, get the feeling that if Skutt puts one more score on the board, that might be enough in this ball game, the way their defense is playing.
Exactly, Kevin. If they can do that, boy, that'd be a pretty decent wager, as a matter of fact. Skutt really is playing excellent defense tonight against a powerful McCook offense.
2nd down and 5. Patera gets the carry again, and Patera Out to the 35-yard line, a 3-yard gain. 3rd and 2 for Skutt with 5:55 to play, third quarter.
Yeah, that guy could make the All-Madden team if he was in the NFL. He's missing paint on his helmet. Just a throwback player. Looks like he should be playing hockey somewhere.
He's a football player. That's what he is.
Got that big horse collar on underneath the jersey there.
3rd down and 2 from the 35. Kraus on the option keep. He's got the first down and more. Kraus to the outside. Kraus down to the 10-yard line. 1st and goal, Omaha Skutt.
Blocking downfield always results in good things. And Alex Sanderson downfield here, number 22, on this option action here. There's the dive, and now it's Kraus hitting upfield. Now watch 22. I hope we get him in the picture here. There it is right there. Terrific block on Ryan Bador, and it lets Kraus move upfield, well, considerably more, probably another 10 yards more.
1st down and goal from the 10-yard line. And Carbolito, pickup of a pair down to the 8-yard line. And earlier today we talked with Matt Turman, and we talked with him about his 2,000-yard rushers, Casey Carbolito and Ryan Patera.
Both guys, neither of them are real blazing fast. You know, it's not that, you know, McCook has a lot of speed, and I don't know if they're going to have to worry about us busting one for 80 or 90 yards. But, you know, both guys, they run really hard. They have good vision, and they're hard to bring down. And normally when you're going to hit them, they're going to finish in our favor. You know, they're falling forward when they get tackled. And, you know, with our big linemen we got in front of them, they can find those holes, and our backs are good enough to get through there and get us some positive yards.
Negative yardage there as Sam Frazier comes up with the biggest interception of his young career. The sophomore for McCook with the pick in the end zone to turn away Skutt, sitting right on the doorstep.
You get hammered here, Scott. He's in the clutches here as Kraus is trying to find room, trying to make room, and boy, that's tough right there. You just well take it and eat it.
Yeah, you never want to throw an interception, but you especially, the two places you don't is in your own territory and deep in the other team's red zone, because you're taking points off the board or giving it to them. And man, when you're caught like that, just throw the ball out of bounds and at least save 3 points for your team.
From the 21st down and 10, Fritz drilled in the backfield again. Waylon Latham and the rest of his Skutt teammates, John Dooley also in on the stop. They are just swarming to the football.
Yeah, it really is a sight to see. For those of you who like defense, you're loving this game so far as Skutt just continues to deliver play after play. See it right there. And you know, they get the interception. Not only that, bring it out to the 20, and they give McCook room to operate, but tackled for a loss on that play.
2nd down 12, back at their own 18-yard line. Purvis on the option to the short side, dropped again, and again it's John Dooley. Starting in the 2nd quarter, we started to see a little more John Dooley, and he has been in the backfield since for Omaha Skutt.
Well, he checked that play very, very nicely, did John Dooley, from the linebacker spot. Right there at eye level, and you see the quarterback, Purvis, trying to make the read there, Scott, but Dooley just got off the block and made the play. Just terrific effort by Dooley.
Well, I remember Nebraska fans used to criticize us for running option into the short side, and that is the downside right there. Is sometimes if the play doesn't happen right away, you run out of room. That probably should have been a pitch, but there was just no room left on this side of the field.
No room for Purvis again as he's dancing around, and Purvis is going to see green and white in his nightmares tonight, because every time he's gone back in this 3rd quarter, he's been surrounded by Skyhawks.
Tim Banky making the play there, the big tackle, and helped out by Dooley at the end. 75 right there in your picture. He's going to come right there, that big mitt, that left mid, and Dooley helping him out, and it creates the 4th down and a punt by McCook. Boy, they answered again.
You know, this Skutt defense is playing lights out tonight. 4th down and 11. Cherry will punt it away. Cherry tonight averaging just 27 yards per punt. A line drive punt taken at the 42-yard line and dropped right there. Anderson gambling a little bit, and he paid the price, got hit right as he caught it. Well, would you in your business like to help bring programs like high school football and high school volleyball to NET television? You can become a corporate sponsor. Along with other Nebraska businesses, your contributions can support quality programming. Help support NET by calling 1-800-634-6788. Two wide left of the line, the single wide out to the right as Skutt takes over 1st and 10 on the McCook 42-yard line. And Ryan Patera just lowering that shoulder and bowling forward for a gain of 6 down to the 36.
Great yards after contact again, about 4 yards. Hit right at the line of scrimmage, but he just continued to bowl his way straight up. Move himself and the tackler to add about 4 more yards. Create a mid-range down here, 2nd and 5, 2nd and 4.
Their field position has been the story of this third quarter. Skutt's had it, McCook has not. Patera, as Frazier was able to get in there and make a nice play. Patera a 1-yard gain to the 35, and Skutt with a 3rd and 3.
Well, same play other side. They ran the little belly trap to the right. Now they run it to the left. You see the guard number 54 pulling around and leading him, but McCook was ready for that challenge and brings up a 3rd and 3.
Time winding down in this third quarter. From the 35-yard line, 3rd down and 3. Patera and Carbolito in the eye, and we've got a whistle and a timeout taken by Skutt. That's their first timeout here in this third quarter, and it comes with 1:25 left in the third. And Matt Turman saying, "That's mine. I wanted to talk to you guys. We needed to get something straightened out," and he's in the huddle to talk with his kids. This Tuesday, Nova and Frontline will take a hard look at why Hurricane Katrina had such a devastating effect on the Gulf Coast. Understanding the Katrina disaster, a Nova Frontline event Tuesday night beginning at 7 Central Time on NET1. 3rd down and 3 from the 35-yard line. Skutt leading 6-0. McCook tonight offensively, 71 yards of offense. Omaha Skutt 164 yards total offense on 12 more plays, Abe.
Yeah, the great testimony we talk about, Kevin, in terms of defense. Skutt really has played a whale of a game, and those numbers just offer up the evidence for that. And now the Skutt offense has a golden opportunity here as they start their drive, or continue their drive, I should say. They're at the 35. This thing started at the 42, and they're at the 35 right now.
3rd down and 3 from the 35. Zom shifts over as the tight end to the left of the line. On the option, Kraus does not get the first down. Pretty good play out there made by Mason Pohl. Another good tackle by the team captain on defense, Mason Pohl, and it's 4th down.
Pohl's their leading tackler this year. He's number 30. Scrapes right over to the left side, comes up with the tackle, I should say. Very active on defense, Mason Pohl.
Big play here for this McCook defense, trying to come up with a stop on 4th and 1. Patera gets the carry, and look at that second effort. Patera has the first down inside the 30. He was stopped short on initial contact. There's that yak you've been talking about, Aid, and that big yak got a first down.
Absolutely, and you know, not only does he look like Joel Makovic, he runs like him too, as he just bangs 1, 2, 3, 4, and he gets the first down after that. Basically the 3rd effort on the play. Tremendous work by Patera. Now we know why he ran for over 1,200 yards this year.
Was that Yak YAC or Yak YAK?
Well, with that beard, you never know. Fumble on the exchange, and I believe Skutt was able to get it. No, McCook got it back. Lucas Kochwar got it underneath the pile, and Skutt with a critical turnover, and McCook's defense comes up huge again.
Well, that evens up the turnover situation now. They've each given it away 3 times. Just a poor exchange right there. It looked like Eric Brulette really just wasn't looking for the football, quite frankly, but comes out and McCook has it. Boy, they dodge a big one right here.
From the 30, 1st down and 10, up the middle. A rumble by Sam Frazier, the fullback, on the quick hitter, and he picks up 3.5 yards. Time winding down in this third quarter. McCook trying to muster up enough offense to put some points on the board and get out in this ball game. We have played 3 quarters in the Class B state championship game at Memorial Stadium in Lincoln. 12 minutes to a championship. Will it be Skutt? Will it be McCook? We'll find out as the 4th quarter begins next.
Nebraska is the only state served completely by publicly owned power. That means our success isn't determined by how well we serve stockholders, but by how well we serve fellow Nebraskans. It means Nebraskans working 24 hours a day to provide uninterrupted service and affordable electric rates to other Nebraskans. Always there when you need us. NPPD. Together with your local public power utility.
From PBS and the producers of The Farmer's Wife, Country Boys, coming in January, only on PBS.
NET Sports coverage of the 2005 Nebraska State High School Football Championships are brought to you in part by the Nebraska Public Power District, always there when you need us. By Education Quest Foundation, improving access to college through scholarships, community grants, and college planning services. And by the Nebraska Soybean Board, promoting soy biodiesel fuel, clean burning, and renewable, making a difference for soybean farmers and you. Start of the 4th quarter in the Class B State High School Football Championship. Skutt leading McCook 6-0 and facing a 2nd and 7 for McCook from their 33-yard line. Purvis trying to find some running room on the option, and there is just not anything there. Finally stuffed by Tim Banky. A yard gained, 3rd and 6.
You know, Kevin, Skutt really has cost themselves heavily here. The interception in the end zone, they were on the drive there, they gave it up there, and now this fumble, losing 2 opportunities to make a score. And you pointed out earlier, if they get an additional score, the way their defense is playing now, I mean, it'll be very, very difficult. There's a lot of football left to play with 11:30 and counting, but the way this Skutt defense is playing, but again, 2 missed opportunities, golden opportunities for Skutt.
3rd down and 6 from the 34. Purvis on the bootleg, wants to throw, in some trouble, fires out, and incomplete. Intended receiver was Brandon Kochwar back at the 38-yard line, but Purvis, every time, and we've said this, every time he's gone back to throw, guys, in this second half, he has been swarmed defensively. Skutt's playing a whale of a ball game on defense.
Well, the key to this play is number 25, Robert Lakovic. I don't know if we're going to be able to see him, but he had a choice right here. Come up and help on the quarterback or take that receiver out in the flat. He did his assignment, and he covered that guy out in the flat and didn't come running up at the quarterback. You got to play your assignments on defense. Good job by Skutt.
And McNeil and Tim Banky both on the pressure. Great work by those 2 fellows, too.
Time to punt it away again. Cherry ready to punt. Gets off a good punt this time. Fair catch called for and made at the Skutt 33-yard line by Anderson. And Skutt's defense carrying the day. The first drive of the ball game, Skutt came out, marched the length of the field, took over 7 minutes off the clock, put points on the board, missed the extra point. Since that time, McCook has really not allowed Skutt to do a whole lot. Skutt's moved it a little bit, but that Skutt defense has been the story tonight, holding a McCook offense, guys, which averages almost 400 yards per game and 34 points per game, to 75 yards of offense.
They indeed are the name of the game thus far, Kevin, no doubt.
From the 33, 1st down and 10, Carbolito trying to find room over the right side, gets a couple of yards, maybe 3 near the 36. It'll be 2nd and 7. And now Skutt's job, Scott, is just to try to shorten up this game a little bit more and keep that clock moving.
Well, that's not what Coach Sherman's thinking. He's thinking another score. We haven't seen a score since about halfway through the 1st quarter. This game is kind of like the month of July. All the fireworks are at the beginning. We'd like to see something here from one of these 2 teams. Great defense being played then.
Catch is made at the 38-yard line, and down to the 39-yard line goes Robert Lakovic. And we're seeing teams, or players on both sides, swarming to the ball. Mason Pohl there again on the stop.
Trying to get the ball out here quick to Lakovic and get him one-on-one, but the ball taking a little bit of time to there, and you saw Tony Purvis had his clothes on the play, and really limit that play to a short game. Makes it 3rd and about 3. Ball security, obviously. I'm sure that Coach Turman's had a little chat with his team about what he expects in the ball security area.
3rd down and 3 from the 40. Option. Kraus going nowhere. Stacked up at the line of scrimmage, and it'll be 4th down, and Skutt will bring on the punt team. Boy, we've talked a lot about this Skutt defense, but the McCook defense after that first drive of the ball game, guys, has really settled this thing way down.
Yeah, they're playing extremely well too. That last play, they were plugging the backers in the gaps. The defensive end on the far side over there, he just turned everything inside. The play was going to go nowhere at all, and here comes the punt.
Line drive punt, fair catch signaled for and made at the 30-yard line by Purvis, and McCook back to work on offense. Well, Thursday, December 1st at 7 Central Time on NET1. Listen to citizens and leaders of Nebraska.
Camlin did that, and he did it. He basically caught the ball laying on his back, and excellent concentration to make that catch. And McCook has a feel here right now, guys.
2nd down and 8 from the Skutt 32-yard line. Purvis gives to Frazier, big hole. Frazier down inside the 20 to the 19-yard line. That's their longest run since the first quarter, Abe.
It is, and they go right off the right side over there behind Ramsey and Kachwar and Hubert. See it right here. The hole opens up on the right side. Great blocking there. You know, after a big play like that, Scott, that'll spark your team sometimes, and I think that's what's happened here for this McCook offense.
Yeah, sometimes it takes a spark to start a fire, and that was a great catch, and now McCook seems to be on the march.
1st down and 10 at the 19-yard line. Backs in the eye. Purvis on the option keep, and Purvis goes down. Huge tackle again by Tim Banky. Banky right into the backfield and throws Purvis for a 3-yard loss to the 22.
Banky is 6'5" and 265 and very, very quick. Moves very well. There he is right there. Playing that bulldog style, and Purvis going absolutely nowhere on that play. Great job by Banky. He's had 2 or 3 big plays tonight for the Omaha Skutt bunch.
2nd down 13 at the 22. Kamala will split out wide to the left of the line. Backs are in the eye. Play fake now on the reverse. Cherry going to throw in trouble. Down he goes. Eric Brulette wasn't fooled at all, and Brulette in there for the huge sack, and McCook going backwards to the 32.
Well, sometimes you run razzle-dazzle and it works great, and other times it just backfires. This time they try to run a little reverse. They already ran the reverse to Cherry and didn't get much out of it. Thought they could get him with the reverse pass, but Omaha Skutt's defense on its toes. And now, from a promising scoring opportunity, McCook's gone backwards to their own to the Skutt 32-yard line.
3rd down and 23. Trips bunched up on the short side, the right side of the field on 3rd and 23. They'll empty out the backfield. Fritz in motion to the left. Purvis to throw, pressure coming. Now he's going to have to run, and down he goes again. Kyle Miller caught him from behind. It's a loss of 1. And that Skutt defense, they gave up the big play, but they didn't give up any more. What a job defensively again.
I said earlier, if you like defense, you came to the right show tonight, and this has been incredible. Kyle Miller loves the feel of Jersey, and he had a handful of the Purvis jersey that time and pulled him down. Ball right in the middle of field. McCook breaking the huddle. They'll go for it.
4th down and 24. Purvis. 4-man rush, pressure coming. Flag is down. It's going to be a hold. The throw down to Cherry at the 5-yard line. It would be a 1st down as they mark him down at the 7, but the hold is going to bring it back, and McCook's going to face a 4th down and 34.
From the reaction by Sam Siss, the left tackle.
Watch number 50 here, Aiden.
Yep. Yeah, there it is right there. Kind of tough to stop that big horse coming through there, though.
That's Tim Banky, who has not been stopped most of the night coming through, and if you can't stop him one way, try another way and hope you don't get caught.
That big horse coming through just got horse collared right there, and they caught it.
Paul Farrell was number 50, the left guard from McCook.
And now the play changes, so huge holding penalty. The pass was completed. It was a first down inside the 10. Instead, Cherry will come on and try to pin Skutt inside their own 10.
This may have been the series, guys, that turned the tail of this game here. We'll see how it unfolds.
Cherry with a high punt towards the sideline, takes a McCook roll and goes out of bounds right at the 15-yard line. So it's important now for McCook, and you can see the frustration on the face of head coach Jeff Gross. McCook with 4:58 to play. They have to get a 3-and-out aid. They cannot allow Skutt to start moving the ball and running out that clock.
Exactly. Skutt a couple of first downs really away from really salting away this ball game. If they could run the clock down, let's see how they manage the clock here. If they're going to run that time clock down, that individual play clock, I should say, and take as many ticks as you can off the clock. Let's count it up here. Let's keep an eye on the time clock, Scott, and see what it goes here. It's at 15 now.
Backs are in the eye. First down and 10 from the 15. Kraus on the option again. Nothing there. And again, that McCook defense doing a whale of a job. Let's go downstairs and check in with Larry.
Well, guys, here's a familiar face to high school football fans all around the state. Tim Turman, the coach of Wahoo Newman. You were down here a couple of years ago, and your son was watching you. What's it like for you to watch him?
It's a lot more nerve-wracking. I was telling Seth right up there, I was starting to get a gut ache up there. I was starting to get queasy in the stomach a little bit.
Well, Matt's brother Seth is also here. Seth, you're coach at Miller West. Looks like you and Dad were drawing stuff up during halftime for him.
Yeah, we like to do that, see if we can come up with something that works, or see if we can give him some type of pointer and see if, we can get his offense going. But he's doing a great job right now, calling a great game.
Well, it was interesting. They were all huddled together, and they were actually drawing stuff up on the paper. Now, I remember a couple of years ago, he was on the sideline telling you not to be so conservative. Any advice?
Well, I guess I can't tell him that when he went for it on 4th down here. So he's got a good game plan, and he knows what he's doing. So I'm very proud of him.
Tim, thanks very much.
Yeah, thank you.
One ad right there. Tim Turman used to coach at Friend High School, and the All-American Derry Nelson, one of his football players back a while ago for Nebraska. Known Tim a long time. Great job.
3rd down 5. A collision on the handoff, and Patera will be stopped short of the first down. The timing's got thrown off a little bit as Patera and Kraus bumped as they hand it off.
Well, you never want your quarterback to be one of the potential tacklers. That time he got in the way of the big guy, Patera. Patera still fighting, almost got to the first down stick, but Skutt forced a punt, and they've been winning this whole game on defense, so they're going to get a chance to seal it right here with their D.
Well, that's a big stop for that McCook defense, though. What a great effort they've put forth tonight after that first drive of the ball game.
Pressure on Kyle Miller, the snapper. There it is. Good snap.
A wobbly punt. Fair catch called for. And it's going to just roll down near the 45-yard line, and that's where it will stop, right at the 45-yard line. McCook will have it. 2:54 to play. And barring turnovers or something else, this is probably the drive for a state championship right here. If they can put it together, they'll score and they'll win. If they cannot, then Skutt will win its first state championship. 2:54 and a lot of drama still left.
Skutt defense has been able to answer the bell all night here, pitching that shutout.
From the 45, first down, Frazier gets the carry. Sam Frazier, a 4-yard gain. Still enough time, Scott, for McCook to run its offense. They don't have to rush as much as you'd think.
Well, there's 2 ways to look at this drive. One is if you start putting the ball up and making some throws. If you have some incompletions, this clock's going to stop. Even if you were forced to punt, you got 3 timeouts and you can get the ball back. I think coach is doing it the right way here. He's just sticking with his offense with the 3 timeouts. You have plenty of time to go down the field. This is the drive that matters.
2nd and 6 from the 49. Play fake, pressure comes. They set up a little bit of a screen, and the ball incomplete, intended for Craig Fritz. Kind of shot putted by Tony Purvis, and shot putted a little bit short towards Fritz.
Pressure that time. Tim Banky again coming in. Watch right up the middle. Number 75. And I believe also Kyle Miller. There they come. Ooh, that's a load coming right at you. He gets rid of the ball a little bit quicker than he anticipates. Throws it short.
Well, this Skutt defense has been better than advertised tonight.
Absolutely, Kevin. I will tell you, I'm surprised. I knew they were good, but they're very good.
And McCook's defense done a great job, too. The 1 scoring drive is really all they've allowed. So great job by both coaching staff.
3rd down and 6. Trips to the right of the line for Tony Purvis under center. Play fake. Purvis on the bootleg. Wants to throw. Has a man open. Floated and caught at the 40-yard line of Skutt. Brandon Kochwar just settled into that opening and was able to get himself a first down.
Well, I talked earlier about a defensive back that stayed on his man and didn't come up to the quarterback. This time, John Dooley, he's been making plays all day, but he just got a little aggressive. They teach you as a defensive back, don't come off your man and come up to the quarterback until he's crossed the line of scrimmage. He was in coverage there and tried to come up and help and left the receiver open just long enough for him to get the ball.
Shot up the middle by Fritz there. Inside the 35 to the 34. 2nd and 4. McCook at the Skutt 34 with 1:50 to play.
Play and hurry up down there as Skutt tries to, or McCook tries to get the play in very quickly, and they do.
They'll line those trips up to the right of the line again. 2nd down and 4 from the 34-yard line.
Watch Josh Cherry right up the seam here. Nope.
Instead, Fritz right up the middle, and he's going to end up about a half-yard shy, it looks like, of the first down. Eric Brulette with the tackle on the play. Clock running. 80 seconds to play.
Plenty of time with 3 timeouts. You're not in a big hurry right now, but I wouldn't take too long in the huddle either.
Yeah, with the 3rd down, 3rd and just about a yard to go, it's not a lot in terms of complexity Scott would call on the play.
Trips to the right of the line. And the sneak by Purvis. He is not going to get there. Purvis does not get it on the sneak, and it's 4th down. Clock still running, and Jeff Gross takes his first timeout. So Purvis doesn't get there on the sneak, and a timeout taken by McCook. It's 4th and inches.
Tried to run it in behind Kochwar and Ramsey, and they just stacked it right up again.
Well, this week alone, NET Sports has covered all 6 Nebraska State High School volleyball championships. We also televised the nation's #1 volleyball team in an emotional, exciting win over Missouri. Our weekly Husker football recap show on Tuesday, Big Red Wrap-Up. And now here we are at Memorial Stadium, completing our weekend of statewide coverage of the Nebraska State High School football championships. Adrian and Larry and Scott and Matt and Damon and we're kind of the face of NET Sports, but you don't get to see often the talented folks behind the scenes who bring us the broadcast engineering, the pictures, the replays, the sound, the graphics, the program content. If you like our performance and you enjoy NET statewide coverage, we want to hear from you. Send us an email, net@netnebraska.org, or drop us a line, P.O. Box 83111, Lincoln, Nebraska 68501. 4th and inches from the 31-yard line. Purvis under center. Keeps it himself, rolls forward, and it's going to be awfully close. Did he get the first down on the option where he rolled forward? And they're going to bring in the chains to see. This measurement can determine the state championship.
Indeed it will, and Kevin, I believe that he did get it. I was waiting to see where they spotted the football. Just eyeballing it, I believe he got it.
Well, you've been dead on all weekend.
Let's see what happens.
So I'm assuming it's a first down.
Okay.
Well, Adrian's got binoculars up here. It's not really fair. We can't.
Don't tell people that.
I prefaced my remarks last time, but I'm not going to use the binocs on this thing at all. So, but he just had to get by the marker on the field over there on the far side. He had to get it to the line, and the ball was. Oh, you see where the ball's spotted? It's across the line. So, not a big issue at all.
Wind the clock.
Wow, here we go, man.
1st and 10 from the 30. McCook down 6, threatening late. Trips to the right of the line. Pressure coming up the middle. Purvis gets away. On the roll, just heaves it towards the end zone. The jump ball is incomplete. Cherry was the intended receiver. Good job by Purvis, not only to throw on the run, he threw across his body and got enough on it to make it interesting down there.
He really did, and Joseph Elliott was there on the coverage 14 for Skutt. Watch this play action and pressure coming again. It's been this way all night, guys, by the Skutt defense. And heave-ho, here we go. And right there, and there you see Elliott, the receiver, and wow.
Well, Kyle Miller putting pressure on the quarterback. Joseph Elliott breaking it up. 2 of the seniors that Matt Turman talked about before the game being so important to his team.
Purvis with time, this time 3 men in coverage down in the end zone and almost intercepted by Steve Marsacek. It'll be 3rd down, pass intended for Micah Kamla. 3rd and 10 from the Skutt 30-yard line with 23 seconds left to play.
I wonder if anybody in the stands has any fingernails left here right now. Great, exciting finish here.
I've got to believe Tim Turman, if his stomach was hurting a few minutes ago, imagine what it's feeling like now. The father of head coach Matt Turman on the Skutt sideline. Trips to the left of the line this time on 3rd and 10 from the Skutt 30. Purvis on the roll, rolls into the pressure. Purvis in trouble, still on his feet. Purvis looking, throws towards the back of the 5-yard line, and it's incomplete. Cherry wanted a flag. He's not going to get it, and it's 4th down.
That was Ryan Patera who came in, Kevin, the streak, the white streak that came in there at the last second. Had Purvis in his grasp. Purvis got away, and then he was able to get the football off.
McCook will take a timeout as we watch the replay again.
See that's Patera scraping right to the outside. Has a handful of Purvis, but Purvis, great balance right there. And then let her go again. Let's take a look here. I don't think so.
A lot of coverage down there. 4th down and 10 coming up. Well, we had a great one last year in Class B. This one's coming down to a fantastic finish as well. If I were you, I'd order a DVD of this game. I'd go to my computer right now at netnebraska.org. I'd click on that sports link, or I'd pick up that cordless phone that's sitting next to you on the couch. Yeah, you see it. It's the one buried under the Cheetos. 1-800-228-4630. I'd dial that phone number and I'd say, give me 9 DVDs, all of the state high school football championships, and throw in 3 volleyball championships on the side as well. Do it on Adrian.
You know what, Kevin, my friend? If I were me, I'd do that.
But you're not you.
Okay. I'm going to do it anyway. So, no, it's been great. It's exciting ball games, and man, we got a great finish right here.
Luckily, they haven't cut to the booth to any pictures of us, so they'll be able to sell more of this thing.
That has been a fortunate thing.
That'll crack the DVD if they put us on there.
4th down and 10 from the 30. Here's your ball game right here. If they don't get a first down, Skutt's your state champion. Purvis. Pressure coming. Purvis on the roll. Looking for running room. He's got some down the sideline. Purvis has the first down out of bounds with 4 seconds to go at the 16-yard line of Skutt.
Well, you thought the last play was going to decide this game. Now this play is going to decide the game. 4 seconds left. McCook's going to have the ball on the 16. Purvis doing a great job with his legs again, rolling left, seeing he can get that first down, taking off. And he just did make it, almost stepped out of bounds. But picked up the first.
Who was that, Miller? Kyle Miller, 65?
Yep,
Boy,
chasing all the way.
Give him a lot of credit. Kyle Miller is 6 foot tall and 245 pounds, and he's lugging a lot of weight around to try to get downfield. And that, my friends, is effort. That really is effort to keep your team where it is. But man alive, what a finish this has been.
There's Matt Turman. He's headed back to the bench. Take off the headset. He can barely stand it. Putting the hood up.
I've seen him do that many times.
When you're the head coach, you got to be calm, but you know inside Matt Turman got the butterflies going just like his dad does in the stands, and his brother as well. Let's go downstairs to Larry Putney.
Well, these next 4 seconds will determine how happy a birthday it is for Waylon Latham, number 73. Today's his birthday.
Well, this would certainly be a nice present for his birthday. 4 seconds to play. McCook at the 16 of Skutt, trips to the right of the line. Motion is John Swanhorst. Purvis to throw. Has time. Now flushed on the run. Purvis going to try to run for the title. Purvis knocked out of bounds at the 2-yard line. And Omaha Skutt wins the 2005 Class B state championship. McCook ends up 2 yards short.
Kevin, how ironic is it that swarming to the football is what wins this football game for Omaha Skutt? They swarm to Purvis as he is about 2 yards short here. 3 or 4 or 5 white shirts just would not be tonight. They got over there to make the play. Here you're going to see Purvis again looking downfield. Coverage is there. He's got such great feet and speed, and now here we go again. That's, I believe, again, Kyle Miller just misses there, but watch this. 1, 2, 3 guys. And there comes the 4th one, just in case. I believe that was Alex Anderson to finish it up. But swarming to the football, pursuit to the football, that's what wins them this ball game.
Well, awesome win for Omaha Skutt. You really got a feel for the McCook Bison. Man, they were in position to win 2 more state championships. That would have been 4 in a row if a couple plays would have gone different for them the last couple years. So hats off to them for a great year. But man, Omaha Skutt with the first state championship in school history.
McCook appears, guys, to have a knack to be involved in some fantastic finishes at the state championships. Last year we saw it with Pius, and this year 2 yards away from tying, and with their great kicker Josh Cherry, you had to assume if they got in, that extra point was going to be the difference in this ball game. Skutt takes the first drive of the game, marches the length of the field, takes a 6-0 lead, and then their defense makes it hold up. What a title game tonight at Memorial Stadium in Lincoln. The Class B championship won by the Omaha Skutt Catholic Skyhawks. We'll have the awards ceremony next.
Programming is made possible in part by the Nebraska Soybean Checkoff. Soy biodiesel is a soy-based, clean-burning, renewable fuel that can be blended with petroleum diesel to help reduce America's dependence on foreign oil. Soy biodiesel, making a difference for soybean farmers and you.
Programming is provided in part by Education Quest Foundation. For over 15 years, Education Quest has offered free college planning services. These services include scholarship searches, student loan information, college selection, and help with completing financial aid application. Education Quest is located in Kearney, Lincoln, and Omaha. Appointments are available at 800-666-3721.
What is the role of religion in politics and government? Well, Supreme Court justice appointments, presidential elections, even the public polls say that it's a subject that might be dividing our country, at least polarizing it. This week on Consider This, we talk with 3 Christian clergy members about what they feel the role of morality and religion should be in government and politics. It's this week on Consider This. Join us.
This is what we were. This is where we've been. This is who we are.
The hope still lives, and the dream shall never die.
This is our experience, the American experience.
NET Sports coverage of the 2005 Nebraska State High School Football Championships are brought to you in part by the Nebraska Public Power District, always there when you need us. By Education Quest Foundation, improving access to college through scholarships, community grants, and college planning services. By the Nebraska Soybean Board, promoting soy biodiesel fuel, clean burning and renewable, making a difference for soybean farmers and you. And by Pepsi, a proud sponsor of the State High School Football Championships. Omaha Skutt Catholic, your Class B state champions tonight. A 6-0 shutout of McCook, along with Adrian Fiala, Scott Frost, and Larry Putney. I'm Kevin Kugler. Well, a great defensive game, a terrific, exciting finish. Can't ask for much more in a state championship. And Skutt Catholic and your former teammate Matt Turman, state champs in Class B.
Just great win for him. Congratulations to Matt. I know his wife Kim and our 2 little boys are at home watching this. Maybe even be here, but man, it's just exciting for him to go into coaching, and only at Omaha Skutt for 4 years and able to, take this senior class and develop them and come away with a state championship.
Well, let's head over to our public address announcer, Dwight Weiniger, to introduce you to the runners-up, the McCook Bison, and hand out the awards.
The Nebraska School Activities Association is honored to have medals and trophies for both of these outstanding teams. The award presentations will be made by NSAA Board of Control members Dr. Dallas Watkins from Dundee County, Dr. Bob Resnicek from Omaha Westside, and U.S. Bank Representative Steve Hatz. Here are the awards for the Class B runner-up McCook High School. Will head coach Jeff Gross and your assistants please come to the sideline stage to present the silver medals to the members of your team. Players, as your name is called, please come forward to receive your medal. Number 2, Josh Cherry. Number 3, Jeff Flue. Number 4, Matt Berry. Number 5, Tony Purvis. Number 6, Corey Gaston. Number 7, Joel Arterberg. Number 8, Alex Henchera. Number 9, Micah Camlaw. Number 11, Darren Berry. Number 12, Justin Spector. Number 13, David Kappel. Number 15, Ryan Bedore. Number 16, Austin Gesselman. Number 17, Derek Lake. Number 18, Andrew Wright. Number 20, Colton Cochran. Number 21, Garrett Rippon. Number 22, Zach Weezer. Number 23, Mitch Green. Number 24, Nate Berry. Number 25, Brandon Kochwar. Number 26, Josh Mullen. Number 27, Aaron Goodenberger. Number 28, Caleb Morgan. Number 29, Alex Smith. Number 30, Mason Pohl. Number 34, Craig Fritz. Number 35, Austin Berenberg. Number 40, Frankie Barnett. Number 42, Chance Unger. Number 43, Nathan Gleason. Number 44, Brendan Lease. Number 45, Sam Frazier. Number 50, Paul Farrell. Number 52, Matt Bear. Number 53, Eric Ramsey. Number 54, Reed Spencer. Number 55, John Hay. Number 56, Joe Petrovsky. Number 57, Nick Schilling. Number 58, Dan Schaffert. Number 59, Chris Stoll. Number 60, Taylor Garcia. Number 61, Lucas Kochwar. Number 62, Kendall Foster. Number 63, Jacob Curl. Number 64, Jacob Miller. Number 65, Brock Huber. Number 67, Logan Pauley. Number 68, J.D. Stowe. Number 70, Tyler Teason. Number 71, Tyler Brown. Number 72, Nate Bauman. Number 73, Seth Schaefer. Number 76, Sam Sis. Number 80, John Bryant. Number 81, Brady Hess. Number 82, Eric Rippon. Number 83, Brian Botsford. Number 84, Evan Cutter. Number 85, Aaron Rupert. Number 86, Zach Coburn. Number 87, Tyrone Sellers. Number 88, John Swanhorst. Number 89, Austin Corday. And now, here's the 2005 Class B runner-up trophy. Congratulations, McCook High School.
Your Class B runners-up, the McCook Bison, certainly not the way they wanted to end their season, but the 4th straight trip to the state championship is certainly where they wanted to get. Considering the players they lost this year due to injury, it's amazing to see them here, and I'm sure it's not any consolation that they ended up just 2 yards short of a potential state championship.
Kevin, you could see the look and the body language of the McCook Bison players after the medal ceremony here. They all just kind of wandered off back onto the field, down on their haunches and thinking about the whole situation. And that's a difficult situation. They're very disappointed right now. They should be, but a couple of days they'll be happy, and it was a great year for them.
Well, terrific night tonight and a terrific weekend here at Memorial Stadium in Lincoln, along with Scott Frost, Adrian Fiala. I'm Kevin Kugler, Larry Putney down on the field. We'll hear from Larry in just a bit. But guys, what a great way to cap off a great weekend of high school football. Terrific one tonight.
Fantastic game tonight. 2 awesome defenses, as it turns out. Hard-fought game comes right down to the last play, and Omaha Skutt with a great state championship.
Well, let's head back to our public address announcer, Dwight Weiniger. He has the introductions of your state champs, Omaha Skutt Catholic.
And now to the champions from Omaha Skutt Catholic High School. First, head coach Matt Turman, we have a special award for you. And now, Coach, would you and your assistants hand out the gold medals to the members of your championship team? Players, as your name is called, please come forward to receive your medal. Number 1, Eric Brulette. Number 2, John Dooley. Number 4, John Elliott. Number 5, Frank Seaman. Number 6, Austin Cole. Number 10, Brendan Crowd. Number 11, Stephen Bohan. Number 12, Timothy Lakovic. Number 13, Jeffrey Wees. Number 14, Joseph Elliott. Number 15, Noel Wagner. Number 16, Jacob Iadens. Number 19, Stephen Marsacek. Number 20, Nick Anderson. Number 22, Alex Anderson. Number 23, Eric Pippabar. Number 25, Robert Lakovic. Number 27, David Bramhall. Number 30, Casey Carbolito. Number 32, Joshua Krafka. Number 35, Brian Finacaro. Number 36, Ryan Akers. Number 39, Turner Fulmer. Number 42, Ryan Patera. Number 47, Brian Iwanski. Number 48, Jacob Vila. Number 50, Grant Kirkman. Number 51, Brandon Botel. Number 53, Matthew Mushall. Number 54, Andrew McNeil. Number 55, Peter Shure. Number 56, Chase Christensen. Number 57, Joshua Mollick. Number 58, Andrew McMahon. Number 60, Brad Hudson. Number 63, Joseph Wees. Number 64, Corey Cable. Number 65, Kyle Miller. Number 66, Kevin Cannon. Number 68, Keegan Krause. Number 69, Brian Pulowski. Number 70, Aaron Marr. Number 72, Michael Cross. Number 73, Waylon Latham. Number 74, Trenton Bensel. Number 75, Tim Banky. Number 76, Eric Ploggy. Number 77, Michael Slater. Number 78, Justin Kay. Number 82, Nick Zong. Number 86, Matt Zack. Number 87, Robert Thielen. And now, for these outstanding athletes in their school, here's the 2005 Class B State Football Championship Trophy. Congratulations, Omaha Skutt Catholic High School.
Your Class B state champions, the Skyhawks from Omaha Skutt Catholic. First ever trip to the state title game, and they come home with the hardware. Congratulations to Skutt.
Absolutely, Kevin. Congratulations to Coach Sherman and his staff, the team, the fans of the school. Just a wonderful way to cap the season. A defensive battle today. And Skutt pitches a shutout against McCook. And I never thought that would happen in this game here tonight. But wow, when you watch the Skutt defense take the field and the way they played, pretty incredible turn of events, I'd say, Scott.
Definitely. With all the weapons that both teams had on offense, it's a testament to both defenses that they ended the game 6-0 in the favor of Omaha Skutt. Both teams kept the other team from making big plays, and both defenses created some turnovers. So it was a defensive battle, and Skutt just did hang on at the end and came away with an awesome victory.
Larry Putney is down on the field with the champs. Larry?
Well, congratulations, Coach Sherman. You have any? You told the guys in the locker room, let's just get a couple of first downs on that first drive, flip field position. Do you have any idea that'd be the difference?
I did not. You know, who would have thought that in a game of 48 minutes, the only score was going to come in the first 5? But you know, both defenses played their hearts out, and there was two good football teams going at it right there.
Talk about your defensive effort to shut out a team that I just heard Coach Gross saying nobody has ever done that to them before.
Well, our defense has been good all year. They rose to the occasion tonight. I can't be more proud of them. The defense has just played their hearts out all season long, and they continue to do that.
So you've now set the bar in your 4th year. You win a state championship here. How much more quickly did you do it than your dad?
I don't know. You better ask him that question.
He probably already knows.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Let's hop down here. Congratulations. Well, first of all, talk about what it was like inside there. It was really rough going.
Yeah, I mean, it was an intense game. Everybody was hitting hard, and everybody was flying to the ball.
What, you know, late when it seemed like it was going to be that tight game, the touchdown was going to be the difference. How tight did it get? What was it like out there?
Everybody on our team knew it was all or nothing pretty much. So it was all, you know, everything you got, give it all right there.
Talk about the goal of this, you know, when you came in as freshmen, the goal of this team.
Yeah, I mean, it was something our coach, first day of practice, 2 days. In the morning, he told us we got steps we got to do to playoffs, and then senior year, that's the year we're going to win it. So coming to this game, we knew it wasn't the goal just to get here, it was to win it.
Well, congratulations. And now, Waylon Latham, happy birthday.
Thank you, sir.
That's not a bad way to have a birthday.
Not at all, not at all.
Well, you said you had a goal when you were a freshman, and you wrote it down and said you wanted to be state champs. What's it feel like to accomplish that?
It's just amazing. I mean, we've all worked really hard as a team, and it feels great to finally accomplish that goal.
Give us a sense of what it was like out there in a game that was so physical and so close and so intense, and to be on the field in that last play.
Well, when I saw him going outside, it kind of like our hearts sank a little because I didn't know if we were going to get there, but when we did, it was just amazing. And it's come down to the defense a couple games this season, so I had a lot of faith in us. But, you know, for a split second there,
Talk about your defense and the effort that you guys have had this year, because it's really been an amazing performance, not just today, but really all season.
I don't know. Our defense has always been really good, and this year when we were number one for, I think, most of the season, I don't know if we ever weren't. It's just we always had a lot of faith in our defense and knew that we could always pull whatever we needed to off. So we just always had faith in each other.
Congratulations on a state championship.
Thank you, sir.
Well, just a tremendous championship game and a great way to cap our very busy weekend. And before we get out of here, I just want to say one more time, and we've talked about it throughout the weekend and over the last couple of weeks, our crew is the absolute best in the business, the NET Sports Production crew. They have put on 2 terrific weeks of sports events, all local sports, all tremendous volleyball, high school, and we've just seen it all, and our crew has done a tremendous job. We saw some terrific pictures this week. You've enjoyed all of this in high definition, and I got to believe that's one of the few places in the country where you can watch high school sports in high definition. Just tremendous job, and a tip of the cap to our great crew for all they've done all weekend long to make sure that these pictures and these sounds and these games were brought right into your home.
Kevin, I just want to add to that I've had the opportunity to work around the country with different units and different production companies, and there is none better than what we have right here, and echo all those comments you had. And hey, crew, way to go. Great pictures tonight, great shots, critical shots, wonderful shots, and we love what you do, and thanks again for all the great work.
Well, and Scott, thank you for being with us all day long today. I know I didn't get the chance to work with you this morning, but I've enjoyed it tonight as always. I know we've done this before, and hopefully we'll get the chance to do it again, unless you're the head coach of the Florida Gators or something down the road here. But we'd love to see you back here if you have the chance.
Oh, you bet. It's great to work with professionals, and you two know what you're doing. And you know, 2 great games again today for me to be fortunate enough to do. So just happy to come and be a part of it.
Well, good to be with you, Scott, and hey, good luck. I know you're looking at perhaps a coaching career, and get on with it, man. You need to be in the game, and you're great for the game. Stay with it.
Thank you.
Scott Frost, ladies and gentlemen, as we cap our coverage of the State High School Football Championships. Thanks to all the folks at the NSAA.